In the distance, mountains raise. As you have taken the quest, the great and honorable quest, to find some historic relics for a fine gentleman who offers to pay you, well, a gentlewoman to be specific, who offers to pay you a fine reward and let you keep anything else you find that isn't of interest to them. The whole place was attacked by a dragon long ago, and now you've been told maybe don't go after that dragon. Unless you feel very confident. You might stand a chance. Maybe. Wouldn't that be something? Your first adventure. By the way, everyone is all set up right. They got the sheets ready, open. They know how to minimize that stuff because trust me, you want to know how to minimize things.
Yes.
I've had someone who always closed it and then had issues opening it again, and I think it's Bendrin, and I'm talking behind his back.
No, no, I had issue with the token location and being on the map and whatnot, but I know how to fix that now.
Maybe
So
it was Karoo then. It was Karoo who had that issue.
Is there a way to like?
Wait, you can minimize it.
Yes.
yeah, if you double click on the tab at the top
Oh,
of the window.
Ooh, okay.
that's handy.
I forget. No, I have a big ass screen, so I don't even need to minimize it technically.
Point is, our fine heroes, treading through the woodlands, leading up to a place called Stonetooth, the mountain within which... Oh, gosh, I should pull up that document because the name escapes me. I think it's called Verndern. It's a nice, simple place that long ago was taken over by a dragon and an army they took in their wake. And now it's your turn to take a look inside, see what lies within, and perhaps get a nice payday. Because, you know, what's more exciting than a nice, lumpy dungeon, filled to the brim with whatever you'll find. The road before you stretches out, and as the dwarf sitting on top of the cart, with all kinds of fineries, because, you know, if you're a merchant and a noble, and you're taking adventures to someplace, you can sell them stuff while you're there. That's called business strategy. With you is also a bodyguard who will stay with the noble while you're down there, just to keep him safe, just in case. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. Boys and girls, once you're there, I want you to look for Mr. Dunwasser's mark of smithing. You got that?
Yeah.
Could you spell that for us?
She starts wiggling in a bag and pulls out a sheet of paper. Here you go. I was smart enough to take some notes ahead of time. With this, you should know exactly what you're looking for. Shouldn't be too difficult, though. The man wrote his name on everything he made. And it'll give me some legitimacy to show up with a nice dwarven relic. But, you know, maybe you'll find other things that I can sell too. Along the way, though, as I mentioned, please don't go fighting any dragons just because you think you're hot stuff. Until you're actually hot stuff. Once you are, go ahead. I wouldn't mind taking back a dragon's head. Look nice on my record. And, you know, good for my reputation after what's happened. As for what the dragon took with him in terms of an army, I have no idea what else is there. I know that the whole place connects to, you know, the tunnel networks. And she points at the two bug people in your group. They can tell you all about every little creepy crawly and nasty thing that's down there, if they want to. So, again, I can't really assure you that anything in there is anywhere near safe. But that's besides the dragon even. Oh man, I probably should have hired a few more, huh? I don't want to go all the way back to town. You're confident, right? You think you can handle this, right?
We should be able to.
I'm sure you can.
That's why we're here.
Marvelous. Always like seeing people with a little bit of pep in the step. There it is. As the road slowly turns, a crack in the foliage allows you to see in the distance a huge... It does look like a stone tooth if you squint a bit. It's a large, sharp mountain peak with a certain... It has a curve on one side and a concave on the other, and it creates this distinct tooth-like shape. And next to it is this smaller spike that sticks out of the ground. But what's more telling than either of those features is that a large plume of smoke comes from the crack between the two. A clear sign that something is alive, or, you know, maybe it's one of those hell pits like they have in Russia that just keeps burning forever. And ever, and ever. If I ever came across a pit that's the size of a building, of a city block, and it's just burning, you turn around and you do not come back.
You grill on it.
I mean, if you really wanted to, but I'm more concerned about the toxic gases that might come out of a mysterious burning hole.
That'll sort itself out, and eventually, you know.
Yeah, it'll extinguish itself by the time your grandchildren are born. You know, foreseeable future.
Isn't there a city that's burning like that as well?
It's called California.
There's a bunch in the States, and mines on fire.
The one they based wow, that horror movie on and the horror game.
Ah, it's that harm.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. Probably based on. I mean, if you look it up, you can probably find 15 YouTube videos all giving you the same town, and they're all like, "I found this out myself." Yeah. Point
Well,
is
friends.
that as you come closer, there is a slight problem. As you go along this dirt road, it's overgrowing. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not pretend this road is even semi. The cart jostles every few steps because of how this road is slowly getting reclaimed by nature. But what isn't reclaiming nature, and more probably someone really doesn't want you to come here, is the fact that a tree is lying across the road, and many small signs have been lingered around it, in poor spelling and writing, but definitely in a language you can understand. Warnings and a variety of exotic swear words you don't even know why you would call someone that. The lady on her cart, just kind of hand waves at it, maybe go and fix that. I got places to be.
You want us to move the tree?
Yes.
I mean, I can certainly try. I'm gonna hop out and try and drag it.
This is a formidable tree, and as you move over to give it a firm tug, you notice that it's not one tree. It's a few that have been sort of awkwardly, haphazardly laid across the dirt. Do you have any skill with nature? As in, are you trained in any way?
No.
Yes.
Then perhaps you would like to roll me some nature. If perhaps something unusual strikes you about this, or you can tell me your modifier, and I can just tell you if you're just good enough to know.
I should also
I am an
take a look.
expert in it, so.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm just gonna give this to you. Taking a close look, these trees have been cut down. Like one of them is fresh. The others are clearly they've been rotting here for a while. So someone is keeping these actively in place. But what strikes you more than anything is the fact that there's someone under the recent log, as in smushed under the recent log.
Huh.
Judging by the stubbiness of the leg, it's probably a dwarf.
Someone was crushed by this tree. Okay.
Oh, maybe this is the man we're looking for.
Yeah, can I move the
Maybe.
one that crushed him just to get the body out?
Can you roll me some strength to do so without also significantly damaging whatever's still under there?
Okay.
Put those legs in there.
It's no option.
Actually,
to
that's
roll
athletics,
more
now that I
strength.
think about it, so you can roll
Yeah.
athletics. I forget that athletics now
means.
includes this! Instead of it just being a strength check like in 3.5 and everything. With a good old push and a shove, you definitely get to see what's under it, but judging by the sound, you may have damaged some goods. Glass goods, to be specific, and maybe a clay pot in there, too. You don't recognize the person that's under it, but to be fair, he's not very recognizable. A tree will do that to a man. There,
Ow.
yeah, there is something odd about it, though.
Occult odd.
More like, I mean, what's left of it? There's something that just rubs you the wrong way from a forensic point of view.
Hot Bath will step closer and try to see if he can learn anything more about this body,
What's your
how it died.
medicine looking like?
+6 trained.
Okay, roll me some. Let's have a look. See.
Oops.
Take. It's very striking that this dwarf, supposedly very stout species, was able to get smushed so easily by a tree. But to be fair, unless you're a lumberjack, you're not aware that the trees are really heavy.
Does it look like the tree was cut from here, or did it come from somewhere else?
A quick analysis overview of the situation reveals that indeed, this tree was chopped right here, right on top of him, in fact. Like, you can see the stump is here. The other trees are not from around here, because there are no other stumps. Or maybe they're old enough that the stumps have been removed or degraded or something.
Who would stand still while a tree falls on them?
an unfortunate accident, maybe.
Does he look like a lumberjack?
Mm, I mean, he has an axe, but it's one of those dwarven weapon axes, not like a tree axe. And despite what many people think, there are many types of specialized axes you can use for wood cutting and carving.
Maybe he was already dead when the tree fell on him.
I mean, maybe, but
Hard
then what would cause
Quite
the tree to
possible.
fall on him? And, like, who would cut down a tree specifically to crush a dead body?
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be easier to bury it?
I mean, leaving rotting bodies around is not hygienic now.
It'd take more time.
Most sentient species know that it's not a good idea to leave a corpse outside where the undead can get it, or just turns out because it was exploded by a tree, or attracting predators to the road is also not a good thing. A lot of reasons to put a body 6 feet under.
So does he have anything salvageable on his person, aside from glass shards?
Unfortunately, unless you're very interested in glass shards and clay shards, or that dwarven weapon of his, which isn't magical, it's just a weapon. What would it be? What would a dwarf carry out here if he was just a traveler on the road hoping to go to an old place?
Hot Bath will recover the axe and hold it out to their employer.
Yes.
Like, I found a dwarven artifact.
I'll be honest, boy. Well, that's a dwarven war axe, yes, but that ain't made by the man I'm looking for.
Unfortunate.
So what's the hold up? You pushed one tree aside, and now you're looking at something. She
Is
jumps off and goes to take a closer look herself.
You take dwarves?
Detect.
Do you take dwarves?
Boy, that
I
man
can't detect dwarf.
You detect that there is indeed a dwarf in the area.
Ding.
Oh wait, no. Since you're capable of ignoring dwarves you are aware of, you would detect no dwarves, because a corpse is not a dwarf. Would it register a corpse? If someone dies, is their corpse still evil? Now, there's
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
No, because it's the soul that's evil, right?
If a man
So-
dies in the forest, does his alignment change?
I think it just becomes an object.
Objects can't have alignments; they're always neutral, essentially. I think so.
Unless they're intelligent.
Well,
Or
So
they
do-
change your alignment.
so I'm pretty impressed someone was able to do this. But I'm pretty sure the average person ain't gonna get crushed by a tree on accident. Unless, you're dealing with something that can either throw a whole log, or, I don't know, maybe some forest sprites. I don't want to deal with forest sprites. That's why I hired you, by the way.
Mm.
Are there sprites in this area?
Anyone here with nature might be able to recall something to see if perhaps this area does have such a thing. Our expert in nature can recall one thing, though. There are definitely a slew of forest sprites and spirits that are able to manipulate plant matter sufficiently so that they could make a tree just fall over. And with a rule like that, I can tell you this much. Considering the poor signage and the crudeness of the setup, probably goblins. Goblins are these... They're kobold-sized, or somewhere in that area. They're humanoids, but they're not people. They're more like fae. They're sprites. They come from the forest. They are born from goblin trees. They clamber out of the tree's bark, and from there they just cause mischief. When they die, they turn to little poofs of smoke, but the most telling feature is that they can touch a tree or an animal and take control of it, allowing them to chop trees instantly or ride animals as if they were trained mounts.
Great.
Yes.
Goblins.
Oi. I don't like goblins. They're small, they're annoying, they'll take my things. But luckily, I've got 4 extra pairs of eyes. I hope, as she leans in. Now how about we get his logs out of the way and get her to move on? I don't want
Yeah,
to be
good
out here
plan.
by nightfall.
All right.
With some huffing and puffing. Unless you want to do anything else, you will get everything out of the way. At least the logs. Do you want to do anything with the body, or is the cart just going to ride over to that?
Probably drag it to the side of the road at least. Get some kind of little burial kind of thing.
Marvelous.
I was about to ask, can I acid splash it?
You
Joke.
you can definitely melt the body down if you try hard enough, yes. On the
No
downside,
need,
you
but
also leave a patch of dead grass, which isn't very nice.
goblins won't like that.
Like, I'm not kidding. Acid Splash will leave like a 15-foot square of acidified land behind.
Is acidified the technical term?
Acidificated. Acid rain.
Acidificated.
Made ass. All right.
Well, once you're done having a jambalaya, we can move on. The road reduces in the amount of trees it has because you are moving up a mountain, and thus the land becomes rockier, harder, and less nutritious. Trees turn to shrubs, shrubs turns to mountain grass, and eventually off in the distance the road begins to curve. This is where the road becomes a road again, because a carved stone road does not easily wear or degrade. It's made of stone. That takes centuries to go away. Well, actually, probably millennia. Stone's tough. Have you seen those fine French carvings?
And tasty.
My goodness. If you want to eat a rock, then yes, it's probably tasty, but don't eat the road. People yell at you for that.
I know.
Was the fire and the smoke always here?
I'll be honest. Not that I know of. So maybe something's up. Or maybe I don't keep track of local weather all that much. Not like the average person is looking out for smoke from this mountain. Can't even see Clearwater from here. With that, however, oh my goodness, I love it when the token sorting gets all messed up and tokens get hidden under the tokens instead of being on top as they should be. Point is, once you make your way up, you reach this small tower which has a little pulley system to pull things up. It all still seems to work. There's also a ladder, in case you don't want to bother with a pulley. And once at the top, you start to hear chitter and chattering in the distance. Boop. Welcome to your first proper battle map.
Yay.
Well, I think we're about at the door, and I think we're about to start running into people that are problems. As mentioned, I'm going to stay back until you guys give me the all clear. So, you get a pat on the back. Good luck.
Okay.
I'm so small.
It's just goblins, you'll be fine.
All right,
Just
giblets.
goblins,
Up
she
we
says.
go.
You can click your token and move it by either clicking or dragging, or by using the arrow keys. Or I think WASD works too? Yeah.
I think game is paused, so
Excuse
Can
me, it
you-
normally starts up and it isn't paused. I'm not used to that yet. Now you can move.
Could you drop my bear in there?
I forgot,
please?
you bear didn't have a token, so it didn't drop me yet. But here you go, you bear! What's his size?
Bear.
Oh, his size is not small. Oh, small. He's baby. Let me adjust this token slightly so that his smallness is conveyed. Yeah, there. Let's see. Token.
Wait, what's he called? Mindless hot bath. That's not what his name is.
bloody
Oh.
giblet.
Excuse me, I don't know why that is. Yeah, it's just called hot bath in that. Bloody.
It's called mindless hot bath.
Oh, that's because I have a random adjective adder and my
Ah.
name is.
Oh, right, because he was already okay.
That was my bad. Whoops. There you go. Now it's no. That's because the token also has its own name. Ugh. Gotta change the name in so many places to make this work. There. Now it's just bloody giblets.
Yay.
Lady Althon will be waiting over here where you guys take the initiative. Ahead of you, the road is not that wide. It's wide enough for a cart to go over. Maybe single file, if you had to. And further up ahead, where the road curves away from your vision, you can definitely see a goblin or two sitting on some animals, metaphorically pissing into the wind, as it were.
Oh no.
They seem to be having idle conversation and are distracted as such.
I think that one might actually be pissing into the wind.
Mind if I ask, what is your approach?
I'm keeping to the middle of the group.
No, I don't mean your marching order. That's self-evident. What I'm asking about is, by what measure do you move? Man. Like, are you
Don't
paying
die.
specific attention? Are you readying yourself or something? Like, what is your stance? What are you looking out for? What are you hoping for? Are you trying to
Hot
contend for
bath.
the goblins?
Hotbath will advance with his bow drawn in a stealthy fashion, keeping to the back
Yeah.
of the group.
Sword and shield out, but like cautious, not aggressive. Like we kind of we're not sure what's going to happen, but we want to be ready for anything, kind of thing.
Well, good. Because let's start off with a fun little thing that you're gonna learn to be careful of. Is anyone looking out for anything?
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, if we're being cautious, and we're probably
In that case,
No.
I have bad news for you. Your friends are walking straight towards a wire that has been strung across the road.
Oh no.
Who knows what chaos that might cause? Now here's the problem. They're walking way ahead. So, how do you intend to warn them in time for them not to step into it?
Me or
Well, the person who noticed it, of course. The person who's paying attention to the environment.
oh,
I'm not.
Someone here said they were keeping their eye out, and that person would logically notice something since he's paying attention.
Oh, that was me. So can I reach out and stop monastery?
Which character are you again? Because again, I'm still learning. I'm dumb.
Terry and the snake.
Okay, in that case, you could probably just stop me. Excuse me, I was under the impression that maybe you were somebody in the back who would have to yell. You stop Monastery.
yeah.
Who probably... Monastery, how do you respond to just suddenly getting grabbed and stopped out of nowhere?
In the middle of a cave.
In the middle of a no, you're out in the air. This is a cliffside next to you.
I mean,
Sorry, sorry,
I
sorry.
know my allies are behind me, so I just kind of like turn and look, just kind of like, oh, what's up? What's the problem? Where's the fire?
Can I try and point out the wire? Is it like feet like so that you trip over it?
Oh, probably
They're that
you
kind
know,
of height.
I mean, it's a
Just-
bit thin to properly trip someone, unless it's steel cable.
Yeah, it's
Like
trip
a tripwire.
not.
can probably step over it in that case. Just kind of Like-
You take a fine step
cautiously
over.
not trip the tripwire.
You'll probably have to pick up bloody giblets because I can't imagine you could probably. Could you instruct a bear to step up? I guess you could, if he's your best animal buddy. You give him a
Yeah.
big
I
hug
mean,
every
he's
morning.
small, so I don't know if he could.
His baby.
Roll him
His
under.
baby.
Roll him under.
They need to roll athletics for that.
No.
Hotbath will actually, now that it's been, I mean, the monastery has stepped over it, he'll come up to the wire and see if there's any way he can disable the trap or the wire.
Giving it a once over, you notice that the wire trap seems to. You peek it over and notice that it's actually just connected to a little bell. It's probably just meant to make a bit of noise over tripping someone, or maybe it's connected on the other end, but that end just ends in a small post. So it's probably just a noisemaker.
Is there a way I can just disconnect the wire from the bell? And,
Yes, this is definitely something you can just put a little something on top of the bell and then go snip.
okay. You want a thievery check or?
No. It's a little bell. It's not a complex trap.
Bit
Monastery.
primitive.
You're trying to get. Well, if you want to give the goblins for deeper instructions on how to build nice traps that impale people, you can go on ahead. But for now, if you're going to get any closer, you're going to have to start rolling stealth, because you're getting within the range where they might start to ambiently pick up on your footsteps.
Well, stealth isn't a thing that I do, but
In that case, perhaps you should hang back a bit.
yeah,
Stop,
unless
stop,
other
stop.
people want to stealth forward, then I'm probably gonna make my presence known.
Yeah, I'm not good at stealth either.
I'm good at stealth.
Would you like to get the jump on them, or would you rather we all go in as a group?
Well, I'm not that strong in face-to-face combat.
Far away are we? Yeah. So yeah, probably best option is to make ourselves known together.
And charge in heroically, as it were.
Yeah,
Handsome.
I'm a champion. Charging in heroically is what I do.
All right then, kids. How about we roll some initiative then? And then around the
Okay.
corner, turns out there's 100 goblins. Ha ha! Got 'em.
Ah,
Anyway, there's a combat
turns
tab.
out,
I don't know if that
turns out
presents
the
itself.
whole mountain was a mimic. Oh no!
It's a big mimic. In order to roll your initiative on this okay, bloody giblets, get off here. Oh man, this is the part where I remember why I hate animal companions. It's because they always add into initiative and they don't have to roll. They act on the master's actions. But yes, you can just click the die. It'll roll perception usually. If there are any exceptions, your sheet has the red ribbon where you can set your initiative. It's under your class DC and above your saves. But for now, perception will do just fine. Unless you want to roll athletics. Unless you want to be a big stompy boy, you can roll that too. And then we roll the rest. Oh man. They ain't paying too much attention, I guess. Oh wait, no, these are mounts. They work on their big boy's turn. Monastery. Apparently, you're ready to get going. Show us the goods. Combat has started. You can take any number of actions. You can move. You can shoot. You can do fancy tricks. What do you want to do?
How far away are we?
A
60
distance.
feet, I think it was. Yeah, 60 feet. Which would be. I am going to. Probably best to. I can get to there, and then from there to there. Yeah. Get right into the business.
How many goblins is that?
Well, even though monasteries moved up there, they still only see 2 so far.
Okay.
Two with a big frog.
Well, the other one's sitting on top of something that looks hella slimy and greasy.
Oh. They're kind of underneath the thing, so it's kind of hard to see them.
Well, here you go. It's definitely there.
And then while I'm here, probably just going to raise my shield and be ready for them.
You raise your shield and essentially sort of go, yeah, have at me.
Yeah.
Man,
Come forth, evildoers.
this crusty boy goes, yeah.
Crusty.
Well, listen, when you use the random adjectives, it adds a little bit of flavor to each of these things. Indeed, as you were told, the goblins are small. They're people sitting on these large creatures. It's kind of surprising one of them is able to ride a toad that size. And just go, ooh, visitors! What would a goblin try to do to someone as big as you? Well, first I need to pick up the slurk sheet so I know what that can do. Oh my goodness, what does this do? Oh no. Ooh. Oh, that's just hilarious. That's just the best thing ever. He's going to spend an action to tell his slurk to let him have it, boy! His slurk rears up and spits a huge glob of goo at you.
Gross.
You get hit with a loogie. Good news, it doesn't hurt you. The bad news, it will coat you in goo.
Ah, go.
And he commands his slurk to get a little closer so he can knock you on the ground. He's very small, but he can try. Thank you for your electric arc. We'll get to that in a moment.
I'm sorry, I was checking something out.
That's perfectly fine. Let's see. Entangling slime. You are clumsy one, and take a -4 speed from one out until the slime is removed. So until someone spends a whole turn worth of actions, you're like, your AC is lower as a result. And fun fact: if you apply this status effect, it actually affects your AC. You are now oh no, it's controlled. Whoops. You are not controlled. You are where's clumsy? There it is. Oh, you are. You did it. You did it for me. I'm not used to people doing it for me. Excuse
I
me.
found the menu.
Then the goblin that Olive is like, tries to knock you over, targeting your fort DC and failing. Even though you're gooped up, ain't working for him yet, and he goes, nah. If you were what's it called? One of those weird swashbuckler dudes who gets reactions on critical failure, you'd probably be very happy. But you don't, and it's Snuggo's time. Snuggo, your friend is suddenly coated in goo, and this weird little man is trying to push him and hit him with this weird, awkward weapon.
Oh,
What do you
no.
do?
I moved here. That's 25, right?
One stride, one action is your movement speed, which is usually 25.
I'm in range of them now.
I think you are, yes. Yep, he's within your range. In fact, you can hit both of them with electric arc.
Yes, I was gonna do that, but I pressed it on accident before. I'm gonna electric arc them.
Marvelous. Can you roll me the damage? In the meantime, I'll roll these fine gentlemen's their saves. The Slurk has a decent reflex save. He might make it. Oh, oh no, wait. Oh wow. Well. Oh no! He's so busy trying to grasp Monastery firmly. His Slurk passes the save, meaning he only takes half. Gosh. That's it.
Wow.
So the Slurk only takes the 3. The Goblin takes double from this and is practically instantly incinerated by the by the blast. He doesn't. The Goblins are not the sturdiest unless you're dealing with the big boys. So
Yes.
you sure showed him something.
Something smells.
Hot bath.
Bloody giblets, onwards.
So the way your companion works is you can spend an action and he gets 2.
Yep, that's what I do.
As for your support action, you can move and support, or you support and then do nothing else, just in case you were ever going to use that.
He's gonna do 2 move actions.
Oh, I forget. Animal companions are usually pretty fast, ain't they?
I have 35, so he
Jesus.
can get about here. Actually, you know what? He's a smart baby bear. He's gonna move here,
Baby.
which is dangerous, but yeah, live for danger. All right, and then these guys are not in 50 feet, so Hot Bath's gonna move up a little bit.
As you move closer, you can't help but notice that there's something very precarious about this ledge now that you're moving around in a hustle.
It's so precarious. The ambulance is coming.
Careful
Sorry
not to
about
fall.
that.
Like you should be scary. You should be scared if one of those animals tries to charge you off or something.
And he's gonna fire an arrow at the. What was the name of the Slurk?
Slurk. What a nice and disgusting name. What a nice and slimy name, I should say. Oh no!
Wow.
Critical hit.
The Slurk eats a big old pile of ouchies. That's what's happening. Is that is the bit the critical implied? Oh my goodness, I forget deadly. Deadly is the fun part of that equation.
Mm-hmm.
The Slurk looks significantly wounded, yet its morale seems to fade not a single bit. Somehow
It's just
this
happy to be here.
Nah, it's something else. Tiri.
I'm going to move. Yeah, I'm just gonna move up here. Then can't really hit that. No, so I'll just go and hit the back. Wait, is the thing dead?
Which thing is that? Oh, although you'll know when they're dead. They get a big skull on them.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on that then.
On the Slurk or the Goblin?
Yes.
Or on the Slurk.
Yes.
The poor contagious Slurk. You're really getting it. Really getting the beat down here. Even though it's marvelous. Shoot! Roll me that attack. That is definitely a hit.
Okay.
And that is a big ray of frost. Stark's getting real chilly. I think I'm gonna put them like this. That's me to access them both. That should be your old turn if you moved as well.
Yep.
This gentleman in the back, because of how I handle mounting, he occupies. I think he actually does that at Brawl 2. Occupies all spaces of his mount. And he sees a little bear. And what he's gonna try to do is not quite what you expected to do. He waves his little hand and he tries to touch your bear.
No.
Goes, ooh, animals! Your bear, however, resists the goblin's innate ability to command animals. As his will DC is too high. He's too devoted to the cause, baby. However, the big toad still gets an action, because that was only 2 for the goblin, and now the big boy gets to go. Ooh. Who will he eat? Who will he bite with his big... Oh, yeah, probably the tongue. Reach of 10 feet. I can't eat anything with that. Big creature just does a little hop and then swipes its tongue at the big crunchy looking boy. Crunchy boy, watch out! You've been slapped by a smooth Smiminal. This actually does no damage. It just automatically grabs you.
Okay, I'm grabbed.
You are now not just clumsy. You are firmly grasped. Though the tongue does help with clearing up some of that grease on you. So stay positive.
This is so gross.
It is very unpleasant. Monastery, you are currently grabbed and clumsy. On the plus side, none of that affects your ability to hit things with your weapons. I think.
To break free was athletics, right?
You can break for using an unarmed strike, athletics, or acrobatics.
Athletics would probably be the best option.
You can also just beat anyone near you up and hope that they let you go by sheer virtue of being a jerk. Let's see. His athletics DC is 19. You managed to break free. Haha!
Ah,
You use that grease and slide the tongue off like a smooth belt.
so gross.
It is. You're covered in slime and now saliva. Goblins are weird,
And-
man.
Now I'll start beating on the goblin. I think the.
The adjacent goblin. Yeah, he's adjacent too. Don't worry.
All right. To get multiple attack penalty
Yes.
because I broke
Escape
free?
is an
Okay.
attack. Has the attack rate. Yes.
Just making sure.
Now,
Yeah, no chance.
ooh. I mean,
And then shield up for the last action.
I was gonna say why is it so low, but I never remembered. Wait, you're you're not using an agile weapon. I'm so used to people who use agile weapons and get so many secondary hits where they just go vroom, like a little spinning dervish. This slurk, the goblin spends 2 of his actions so that his mount can essentially do this. It's like a sponge gets squeezed.
Ugh.
No wonder he's crusty.
Anyone who tries to move on this slippery slime is to make a DC 18 acrobatics check or fall on their butts. On the plus side, since you're already standing there, bare and fine gentlemen, you're fine. Let's take a further look. See, okay, well the goblin has 1 action left. He's, he's like, you know what? He's gonna try to push you over. He does have a benefit, which is that. Would that work that way? I'd say that since you're standing on very slippery ground, you have a slight penalty to that, but not enough for him to actually hit you. Like a -2 requires a +2, I should say, requires a huge benefit, not just you're on slippery ground. So he tries to push you, like a bully. Snuggu, your friend is being bullied.
Oh no.
I'm covered in goo.
Oh,
Like
no.
first this frog-like thing explodes into ooze, and then the guy on top starts to push him.
Oh no. I will hit the guy on top. I'm gonna move 2 forward. Is it slippery already or not?
It's a 5-foot emanation. I'll mark it right now. Wait, does this
Okay.
automatically? No. Oh yeah, it does automatically. It's shift that makes it go oopsie. There you go. That ought to do it.
And then Snowboy's gonna launch a random rock at the guy who's bullying. He's gonna continue the bullying. I'm
And
gonna do telekinetic projectile.
Phew! Roll me an attack roll. Oh, that's a critical hit.
Oh,
I don't think he's gonna make
oh
it,
no.
Jim. Oh. Ooh. Okay. That's not a critical hit because it didn't double that. So, good news. That would have killed him if he was at full hit points. So. See, this is what dead characters look like. You hit him with a rock, and he
Oh,
flies off of his slurk.
Lightning didn't do anything, but a rock does.
Well, I mean, you hit him probably with a rock that's like the size of his eye or something. Pretty big.
Okay, I'm done.
Hot bath. Things are. I mean, other than the fact that one of your friends is covered in goop, things are looking up.
Victory! The giblets! Assist me! And we'll command. So he can do a. Oh wait, no. So he can only do. He can't do an attack if he does support, right?
Support is you can only move before support or do support and then nothing else. So yes.
Right. Okay. So he will support, and then I will shoot an arrow at the Flork.
Eat this, baby beans. Oh, that's a solid blow. To that.
Well, not that solid, but
Wait,
he
you-
does get a slash from the bear.
Oh no. Oh no.
For 4 extra damage.
Oh, the poor Slurk is down to 1 hit point. And now, it's come back to its wits.
And well, if it's not dead yet, take another shot.
And down it goes. No contest there. We add it to the combat tracker so I
Hey.
can actually... Because you can only add the skull if it's added to the combat tracker. Don't know why they did it that way.
Hot baths, 2 free arms rise up in celebration.
Jerry, you just got a big
Uh.
frog and a mean rider to worry about.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna move up to there then. And yeah, I will. And then I'm gonna zap him with a electric arc.
Marvelous. Pew pew. You give him a nice duo zap him. Let him have it. Oh, he failed. And this fine gentleman also failed. They both take the full damage, which is 8. Ooh. Ooh.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Marvelous hit.
Electric
Marvelous. The Goblin Warrior's looking pretty beat up from all that. And now that his friend is dead, he's going to take the coward's way out. Or as goblins like to call it, the winner's way out. Which is that he's going to run for his life.
Tactical retreat.
So you can call it whatever you want. No one will judge you. Oh, here's something that I forgot about, but I don't think it's coming to play yet either. He is Goopy. Let's see how fast. 25. So everyone watches the frog jump out of here with the goblin on his back. Wah. Monastery. Before Monastery's turn comes, actually, it's time that you started noticing that those slits in the wall are not cracks, but part of arrow slits.
Oh no.
The flash of an arrow tip glistens in your eye before the arrow comes to say hello!
Ooh, yeah, that hits.
Oh, don't worry, these are not being used by expert snipers. Another arrow from another arrow slit aims for the poor bear. Oh no! Bear, no!
Damn,
Oh wait,
it's
excuse me.
unbearable.
That does not include the 1d10 deadly.
Ow.
Bear's hit for 14.
I can do this.
You tell the bear to perk up.
So they gain 5 damage resistance to that.
So it goes from 14 down to 9. How lovely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Down to 9. All right,
No
so
one-
23.
You can reduce
Very-
your you can reduce your hit points using the buttons that are next to damage rolls, or just end die rolls, I guess. Or you can click on your token, right click that is, and type minus and then the number of damage into the number box below it. For a quick reference, the gear icon does damage according to the number to the selected target to the selected tokens. The one pointing down half for successes. The one pointing up is for criticals. Then there is the shield block one. I've never gotten that to work. The shield one never got to work, and the other one heals you instead. So that's nice. Those are all things to consider in case you ever come across a nice roll. I'll remind you of that when it's relevant. Monastery. What do you actually do when your turn comes around? You're still standing on slippery surface. We can just step off without any trouble.
Probably get out of range of the arrow slits. So
They're like over here, and here, from the best you can see.
probably get over here then.
You huddle up
It's a
close
lot
enough to the wall that they can't really aim at you. You see the goblin running away, clinging to his big frog boy.
I don't really have a need to chase him just yet. We're going in the same direction, but kind of signal to everyone else like, "Hey, there's snipers. Kind of be careful."
You point out, is what it's called, the fact that there's a threat up there, and they should be careful. Marvelous.
Gotcha.
Would you like to spend the rest of your turn to clear off all that goop on you?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
You take a little time, just. Ugh. I mean, luckily you're made of chitin, so it's not that hard. Can you imagine being covered in fur and being covered in goop? That just sounds like hell.
Yeah, gross.
Snuggu. Your friend tells you that there are arrows, pointy things up there.
Pointy things, no, must avoid. I'm gonna go here. Where am I ranged? Yeah. And then I'm gonna. Can I acid splash both of them?
Yes,
Here?
they're occupying the same space.
I'm gonna acid splash them.
But you have to select one that's the primary target, which is the one that takes the big damage, and the other one just takes the splash.
The frog.
The
The
frog!
frog.
No, not the frog! Roll me the
Yes.
attack roll and the damage then. There's not. Ooh, that's a crit. Ooh, that's a crit. Ooh, that's double. Let's see. On a crit, it does 2 persistent, 1 persistent acid damage. Okay, that's just mean. Don't bully.
Really mean.
The frog is slowly melting away. Don't underestimate persistent damage. It has its place in the world. Double damage, and then this guy gets hit for 1. He turns around and blows a raspberry at you.
Oh no.
Well,
I'm severely offended.
hot bath. All your friends are vanishing around the corner like magic.
Is the slime still there around?
Oh, that'll be
What?
around for a while before it fully
Okay.
melts away.
25. Yeah, that's my speed. Move around the corner here. Excuse me. Do I have a line of sight with the toad?
Yeah, you got a line of sight with it.
All right.
Downside of being big.
Gonna shoot it.
Right in the tuchus. Right in the frog legs.
And then Kiblets, get out of there. And what does the slime do exactly?
It counts as difficult terrain, and moving through it incurs. If you move into a space with it, you have to make a DC 18 reflex save, or you'll fall on your butt. Or
Is
your back.
Giblet smart enough to step out of it?
If you tell him to move out of it, he'll move out of it. Yes.
No, move like this. Just go around the top, and around. With an arrow sticking out of it. 5, 10. Well, 5, 15. 35, and then you keep running.
Get down, little bear.
He's not going to get in melee range, but he's going to get
well.
close.
Terry,
Oh,
arrows are about to start flying again soon. Pew, pew.
shit, I'm gonna move around. I think that's all my movement. And then I think that's in 30 feet. Sorry, it's another light electric arc then. Let's go.
Handsome.
Oh, I totally have different types of attacks that I haven't used.
You electrically zippy zap.
Oh, wrong thing.
Totally not trying to try every single spell I have right now.
Oh wait, I forget I have these cool buttons up here that makes this a lot easier. Well, the two of them make their saves, so they're only gonna take half. Round it down. Because that's how the rounding works around here. Buckaroos.
Yep.
The goblin and his frog. Well, you know what? He knows what's up. So he turns around before he sets off and takes aim. Did Snuggo do anything? I think he threw like the acid splash, right? Yes, he did. He takes a quick pot shot at Snuggo. Ooh, that's not a crit, but still hurts. Still a little arrow. Pew! Snuggo, you take 5. If you click your token and then click the gear icon on the damage, you'll take the damage. Just like that. Like magic. And then he tells his boy to keep running. Wah!
Oh, he's not getting away after that.
Marvelous. I mean, he'll run to a problem eventually, right? Then, from the arrow slits rain arrows. First one's for the bear. Oh, wait, no, this is the wrong sheet. I gotta have the right sheet. I can't be cheating. This one's for the bear, which manages to avoid getting shot, I presume.
Indeed.
The next one is for the little magic casting goblin, who is the closest, and therefore the most immediately obvious target. These goblins do not follow the law of focus fire or anything. That's for wieners. Goblin, watch out! You're shot with an arrow! And you
Not on my watch.
Oh, they just have to be within range. Okay, in that case, yes, you can use it. Neat.
Yeah.
I thought you had to see them or something, but nope, if you don't have to, then you can just... Haha!
So long as they're being attacked.
Monastery.
Thank
Just
you.
move quickly.
Yeah. Gotta rush down
Oh,
this
you
hallway.
negate the whole attack, don't you? Neat.
Alright.
Snowbreeze,
25,
what the fuck?
now 25. So that goes all the way to the bottom of the stairs.
Well, top. This all goes
Zoop.
up.
Yeah.
You see a large carved wall, but what's more interesting to you is the fact that the huge frog is bumping into a large set of doors to open it.
No, no.
Just sort of
Doing
rubbing
its
against it.
It sounds like a very slappy wet gong.
No.
That's
Yes.
really gross.
It's
It's the name of my punk band, Slappy Wet Gong.
What do I even have? From here. I mean, I've got it. Probably just gonna, block.
You take up a defensive posture. I was going to remove this guy from the initiative for now. Do remind me to give you the points for those guys later. Snagu.
Okay, so I can move 25, right?
Per stride action you take, and you have 3 actions, so you could move 25, 50, or 75 if you want to
50.
go all in.
I'm gonna go here.
You decide to go for a big walk.
No, here. Actually, here. That were 2 of my actions, right?
If you moved more than 25 feet, then probably use the second action, yes. So I think so. You have 1 action left.
1 action left.
Fortunately,
Okay.
most spells take more than 1 action.
I'm just gonna cast shield on myself then.
You take a defensive posture as you throw up a force shield. A shield of force, to be specific. In the back, there's Hot Bath.
After them!
No.
Oh,
Hot Bath. 60 initiative.
I can't
Running.
see any of them.
Well, not yet, no. But your friend Monastery and Snagu strongly imply that they are seeing something big and slappy happening.
I'm not sure how to feel about that.
You can move through spaces of allies, but they count as difficult terrain, meaning they cost 5 extra feet of movement.
Yeah, but I don't think I can actually.
Even-
I don't have enough movement to step on the outside. So I will actually use my hunted shot in order to make 2 attacks at the goblin.
Did you hunt them at any point? Because you need to have used.
Oh shit! I did. I'm sorry. Yes. Completely forgot how this character works. I will hunt the. Does the toad look injured, or has it not?
The
been
toad
hit?
looks significantly injured, yes.
What about the goblin on top?
Also very injured. There's a reason they ran away.
Nah, I'm just gonna hit the goblin. If you can boop it so I can target it. There you go. Thank you. And this.
I don't know what he's hiding behind, but to be fair, you are kind of running up and then taking a shot, so.
Yeah.
Theory. Does your your bear stands there, I guess?
I'm gonna run
Follow your
along,
friends. Follow your hopes and dreams.
and second action. I can only go up to there. I guess I can see them.
You can.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost
On who?
Oh, on the. I was gonna cast it on the toad, but
That's who you're casting it on.
yeah, but I
Ah.
critical failed.
The toad has to spend an action on each door to open it, as it goes boom, boom, boom. Who knew not having hands was such a bother? The goblin in the back. I mean, I could make his frog go further, but he wants to scare you off. He starts saying magic gobbledygook, which sounds like he's incanting a curse as he's aiming his short bow and firing at monastery. And then a little goblin in the back deflects cleanly off your shields. Pew pew. Then
The goblin, you mean me, right?
the kobold, excuse me.
Okay, just so I know.
Snuggle. Over here is an arrow slit. Over here is also an arrow slit. You see, you can definitely see a bow awkwardly getting shoved into that arrow slit to get an angle on monastery. Like, this guy is making this work. Well, he's not making it work. That's what.
Did his best.
Well, there are some dudes who
matters.
have a clear angle on the bear. The bear's not doing anything; it's just sitting there. So they're like, "Ooh, we can take that bear for later." So they're not gonna shoot it right now. Monastery. Do something already. Do something.
Just not quite. So that's
What
gonna,
a-
that's
oh.
2 actions to get to him.
Sudden charge, man. Sudden charge.
Yeah, maybe later. And then just wait. Is oh well. And then I'm just gonna hit him really hard with the sword.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it, Jim. I'm pretty sure your base damage is too much. Ah! You watch as the Goblin Warrior is felled by your mighty strike. Blech. Oh, wait, no. Blech. As it goes down to 0 and below. Goblins, when destroyed, do not leave a body. They just kind of poof. And usually leave behind most large metal objects they carry. Which in their cases is the awkward sword they have and some of the arrowheads. Very strange things, these goblins. The frog stands there. The toad, excuse me. They are different things. I'm pretty sure there are furries out there who would love to slap me across the cheeks, or biologists, or taxonomologists, who would love to slap me across the cheeks. The toad stands there gormlessly now. Snuggu.
I'm gonna get here first. 225 from where I was. And, oh,
You're quiet.
Yes, you're very quiet right now. I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move there. That was 25, and I'm gonna strike the frog with another telekinetic projectile. Snowboot launches a rock at her. Toad, I'm sorry.
You decide to shoot the toad in the butt. I don't know what you guys have against this toad, but there you go. It goes down. So, well, gotta add it real fast because it didn't have a combat turn. Oh, actually, it was probably gonna die from the acid at some point anyway. Oh well, there it goes. The frog is now just a large obstruction for the door.
Oh no.
There's a whole mountain of frog guts clogging the doorway.
Giblets, keep up.
Don't say so exposed, little bear.
35. Move over here. Sort of paw at the corpse of the large remaining toad. And
It's so big.
Jesus. Alright, gonna move up as well.
Essentially, the toad corpse functions as difficult terrain for the purposes of getting through its spaces. It's too big of a body.
Yeah, I can't move any further. That's me.
Oh yeah, cool. Thierry.
Okay. Gonna move over. Ooh, I can see a goblin. Ooh,
Yes, there are people sitting in the arrow slits, like leaning in as much as they can.
Yeah. Gonna. So all of that's difficult terrain, isn't it?
Yes. It means it takes an extra 5 feet per 5-foot square.
Okay, I'm just gonna move over there then. Just try and get out of this.
As you all duck and cover, if I was a jerk, I would have the goblins properly alternate their spaces with, because you can move into an arrow slit fire, move out of it. Technically, you could have a machine gun going on, but that's just not very sporting. That'd be very unsporting. So instead, I'm just gonna shoot little monastery in the back. But luckily, big tough guy can take it. From the other side, this guy, you know what? That goblin was the one who shot that pebble. Or at least the one that animated the pebble. Also a miss, despite the fact that not heavily armored. Nice. Monastery, your turn comes around. Do you want to go inside?
Yeah. Just kind of.
In one turn, you could make your way past the doors. I forgot, these are actual light sources. They need light sources. Oh. Do give me a moment, I'll set these up. You always forget something, don't you? You always forget something. The weird thing about the copying tool for light sources, you have to hover over the light source to make it copy. It's so weird.
Don't like that rickety bridge.
That's a very rickety bridge. It's a rope bridge, to be specific, which, despite what the image shows, that's a mistranslation. The actual bridge is literally 3 ropes. You walk on a rope going to the other side. Very dangerous. Very careful.
Oh, it's one of those.
It's one of those
Probably
we
not.
only had rope bridges.
Yeah.
On the other side, you can see a few goblins and a big old slurk being cheeky bastards waiting for someone to come inside before their initiative count starts.
Ugh.
Wow, that looks really good looking.
I don't think now's the time. Start hitting on the slurks.
Essentially, this is greater difficult terrain, which means that it takes 15 feet of movement per space you want to move across. Additionally,
Yeah.
you also probably going to have to make some checks to not fall, because, you know, you're in a rush. You're not taking your time.
I think this is going to be a job for the ranged fighters to deal some damage before we try and cross.
That does seem like the smart option, doesn't it?
So, like,
What do you do with the rest of your 2 actions, Monastery?
I'm just gonna move a little bit more forward, and then raise my shield. And just, I don't think I can yell out to them that there's stuff in here, but
I shouldn't have to tell you, Snogu, but it's not a good idea to stay outside where the arrow slits are peppering you.
I know. I was about to count how much does it take me to get to next.
Probably
to
2
one
actions. You're a bit away, so.
side. Okay, I'm gonna do that then.
If only you had disintegrate, it could get rid of this frog instantaneously. Bit of an overkill for the spell, but
Yeah. And I'm gonna cast shield on myself.
I was a sneaky little boy in the back. It comes outside and starts yelling at you. Excuse me. The gas. He yells at you. You'll never make it. You'll never make it across this bridge, not one bit. Okay, he's a bit far away, but since I like the cut of his jib, I'm gonna say that he actually somehow manages to get an intimidation attempt over to Monastery. Monastery. He has a -2 on the check because he's so far away, but I think he still manages to give you a slight.
yeah. Well, will DC is 17, so
His chutzpah is
Ah.
overwhelming.
I don't know, guys. I think you might have a point.
Maybe we never will get across the bridge. Oh no!
He tells his slurk to give
no.
the bridge the old treatment, and the slurk gets 2 range actions, which it will use to actually start covering part of the bridge in goop. These guys have a plan. That's the worst kind of people to deal with. The slurk does not attack unless commanded, so let me just remove initiative. Then this guy walks up. He's like, "Oh, I got just the treats for you!" He reaches into his back pocket and takes out. Oh God, what is that not on here? Well, I can just do it from the top of my head because I'm smart. I know how this works. Wink. He takes an item from his back pocket, which is it's some sort of small black vial. It takes up pretty much all of his turn to do since he has to move out first. throwing bombs is very intense unless you're a quick bomber. And then he throws at you a bomb, a small explosive device. He has a big penalty because he's throwing a bomb way beyond the original range increment, so he takes a -4 to this. Let's see, that is 4 plus is 7. Wait, torch is not a finesse weapon, is it? Ugh, something's going on here. 1d20 plus 7 minus 4. Who did he throw it at again?
I don't remember. Me, I
We'll
guess.
just say the biggest, scariest looking guy. Good news! He misses. By 1. Because of how far away he's... Listen, you gotta give his noodle arms a bit of a chance. Now I get to roll the 1d8 of scattering. I don't like the 1d8 of scattering. I have a 1d10 table too, but we'll roll with this for now until I can find that table again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good news. The bomb explodes behind you. You and Snuggo take 1 splash damage from the fiery explosion. And the bridge does not catch fire.
That's
Hot
Right,
damage.
just one damage.
It's a good thing.
Monastery would like for you to start doing your bow pew pew thing.
Yeah. So I think it's one. I think it's already going to be 2 moves before I can get over on the other side.
Yeah.
But I can probably make my way over here. And then I'm going to... I'll start firing, just to start doing some damage on the pyro
Oh, the pyro.
goblin.
Oh no! He's so busy throwing bombs he doesn't notice an arrow is coming his way! Oh no!
oh,
Oh my goodness. That is like 1 point away from instantly destroying him. Oh, 2 actually. He has 2 hit points left as you hit him. Again, someone just basically instantly annihilating a goblin.
Champion fire!
Goblins don't bleed. They don't... I mean, they emit some kind of liquid, but it's not blood. So you see something drip into his eyes like, ah! Sting! Sting! Tiri. Your baby in the back. You can make it over the slurk in 1 action. If you want to disagree with me, that'll cost you another action, I'm afraid. That is the polite way of saying I tend to give players the benefit of the doubt, and if you want to argue with me on that, because you're a rules lawyer, that's fair enough, but you'll lose the benefits. This is a great time to use something fun. I don't know what fun you have, but go for it.
I think you're muted.
Oh no!
Oh, my mistake. Sorry. Just a lot of noise happening in the background.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure what I can do that's fun here.
Aw. They are a bit far away, aren't they? That's the whole trick.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well. Ray of Frost.
Luckily, you have a long-range option. I
Yeah.
assume you're going to go for the commando. Since fun fact, did you guys know that your non-dark vision friends can't even see that pyro? I just thought you should know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the commando.
Oops.
In fact, I think
How do
can I set your vision to have no? I wish
do
I
you
could set
target-
people's vision to have a light sword, to have a light associated with it.
There we go. Yeah. Ray of Frost.
Ooh. Unfortunately, he's a bit of a tough aim in that shadowy light. In fact, I think he's in dim light, so there's a mischance involved with it. Monastery. Oh wait, before we get to Monastery, a new guy would like to enter initiative, and he'll take his turn when he comes. Monastery, go ahead.
No, if just to say I've got low light vision.
Okay, in that case, you're not bothered by the dim light.
Yeah.
Cool.
all right. I'm spooked.
It'll go at the end of your turn. Reduced by 1.
Unless they spook you again.
Well,
not, I guess.
you're bolstered against being intimidated repeatedly in a row. Don't worry.
Yeah. I don't remember. Was there a mechanic for covering teammates?
I'll allow you to provide your shield benefit to someone else if you want. There's probably a feat for that, yes.
Yeah, I think there's a shield block feat for protecting a teammate.
It's called Shield Other
Uh,
like the spell because, you know, clarity and uniqueness are overrated. Don't worry, they're
I guess.
unique in the database. And
What's the range?
what
On
idiot makes the primary key the name?
that out here. 40 feet. I think that's too far away for a javelin.
Well, there's a negative, yes, but their AC isn't that high.
Yeah, but I also have no dex, so ranged attacks aren't my thing.
Unfortunately, this fight exacerbates your weakness, yes. I mean, you can always get lucky. Or you could do some, maybe you could try to yell back at him. I don't know if you're good at intimidation.
No, I'm a good girl. I don't
Good girl.
mess with that. I guess
Not scary at all.
I guess you can't do much then, huh?
yeah, I can just kind of stand
Well,
here.
don't worry. Maybe someone will come to you, Snuggle.
Oh, wait. I'm trying to calculate something.
You could delay. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll just delay my turn, just in
No-
case someone gets hit.
Monastery delays in case someone decides to show up, and teach them that's a terrible idea.
I'm gonna electric arc the two of them in front of me. Can I reach it even?
No, you need to be within 30 feet if I'm correct.
Oh
A
no.
lot of cantrips have that. Like, people don't know that's kind of a big problem.
Well, I'm gonna move to the bridge.
Oh.
Oh, there's three of them.
Well, you're small, so the bridge is actually bigger for you than it is for everyone else. But it's still a bit risky.
And I'm gonna cast from it.
Cool. And then you decide to give him heck. The goblins in the back are baffled by your very straightforward maneuvering. And good news, the pyro is, well, he vanishes in a poof of smoke.
You got him.
Got him
I'm
good.
gonna die.
Got him good, chump. Got him good. Oh wait, I should probably include some of the other guys as well.
That was shocking.
Shocking. And the other guy rolled a failure. He takes the full damage. As normal. He's just like, ah! So the few hairs on his head stand out.
Can I actually walk back because I walked only 10 feet?
Nope. You cannot split up your movement like that. That's what
Okay.
your extra actions are for.
Oh yeah.
If you ever get haste, it's a way to do it. Then, okay, this is gonna take a while, because this guy needs to walk halfway across town. Okay, so he has to spend 2 actions to get over to the door. Monastery.
Oh,
There's not a door there, but now there is. And a guy's like, this sneaky little boy. This is a secret door they opened, but he thinks he's very sneaky because he like sounds like he then immediately drops his bow, and on his next turn he'll take out his melee weapon and teach you guys a lesson. Maybe he'll even knock you into the pit. He's feeling so excited about this. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna get him. Ooh. This commando is like, oh look at him, get him, get that guy, and then a squirt splooshes at the kobold on the bridge. They miss the bridge, and they miss the kobold on top of it. Snuggu, luckily, does not get covered in goop. In his frustration, he goes, and is going to fire. You know what? He's going to shoot at Monastery, who's no longer frightened. There you go.
Yay.
Since you apparently aren't impressed by his harsh words, he'll show you his harsh bowmanship of missing. You flink one aside with the shield, and the other one clanks off your armor. Hot bath.
Did Monastery want to undelay it?
Yes, Monastery, do you want to undelay your turn?
Yeah, I can go beat up that guy now.
Marvelous. Let me set you at 19 then, and set it to your turn. See, unlike a Roll20, you can actually move back turns, and I love it.
Nice.
Move over here. And then bap him with a strike.
This poor arrogant man is hit. Half of his health gone in one blow.
And then back him again.
That's a miss.
Okay.
He looks ready to teach you a lesson when his turn comes around, which isn't quite yet. Hot bath. Now it's actually your turn.
Stop your squirting. I will hunt prey on the Goblin Commando.
You tell the boss you're gonna get him. Although I don't know.
And
I don't know how Humphrey actually manifests as an action, but you do it. You do it very good.
and then I'll just point at him with some of my free hands, and then do a rude gesture, and then I will do a hunted shot.
Oh no. I think that this lets you make 2 attacks with 1 action, right?
Yep.
Well, show him the goods. That's
What?
That's not the goods I want.
What?
That's not
Those
the
aren't the
goods I want.
goods.
15-15.
That's an absence of goods.
Well, it seems you can teach each other about missing.
And then I'll call out to Giblets. Giblets, come back! But I can't actually see Giblets, so I
Wait.
can't.
You can still call him over to them, like climb over at the very least.
Ah, there he goes. Okay, yeah.
You're probably gonna have to carry giblets over this chasm because I don't think bears can walk on rope bridges.
Yeah, I have some strength. Anyway, that's my turn.
Unless they're trained.
Oh, excuse me, I forgot about these. Bunch of idiots. Hot bath. You're standing next to the wall and you start hearing like a whole bunch of. Listen, I know this sounds rough and mean, but it really does sound like a bunch of idiots stumbling down some stairs in excitement, going yeah. And when the door opens, you see 3 goblins practically stacked on top of each other as they roll towards you. Thierry.
That's
Oh my
not good.
god.
Okay.
More goblins!
Goblins.
Okay. Can I shoot over hot bath?
Yes, he does not obstruct review meaningfully. I mean, he provides a minor penalty, but that's nothing to worry about.
Okay.
You won't hit him more than that.
I'm going to move over here and use electric arc on a bunch of other goblins.
Okay, that incurs no penalty. I'm going to assume the one's closest,
Yes.
because it doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. Those fine gentlemen will roll their reflex saves. How about you will roll me the damage? Oh gosh, well, one of them almost got a crit success, so the one in front takes the 3 damage. The one in the back, as he grabs his weapon, the electricity courses through it. Ah! Snuggu. A part of you somewhat regrets standing where you are. Another part probably doesn't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right?
A part of me that sees the hole beneath me.
You can't see the
How
bottom.
many what's it called? Bundles? No. How many bulks is the bear baby?
How much bulk is the bear? If I recall
Yes.
correctly, I think small creature is 3 bulk-ish, so he's fine.
Yeah, I
So I
can
can't
carry
launch
that.
him. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna continue attacking the 2 in front of me. Give me a second.
I guess I'm never gonna explain how these guys work, huh?
Can I actually fully go across the bridge right next to them?
The bridge is greater difficult terrain, so it's like 15 feet of movement for every space you try to move. I guess if you
Oh.
spent your 3 actions, you could sort of make it, and you'd also have to roll me some acrobatics because you're rushing along a rope bridge.
Makes full sense. I'm gonna electric arc them again. Go with the
The slurk,
safe choice.
the slurk regrets being here. Oh gosh, it really regrets being here. Goblin takes half, takes 5. He's down to 6. The slurk on the other hand takes 20.
Oof.
Ooh.
Its slime instantly dries up as a voltage goes through it. Yes, small creatures are 3 bulk. Just looked it up. This
And
guy's
I'm
like,
gonna go back.
he's going. Gives you that. He grabs his weapon. If you were a fighter, you could give him a conking on the head for that, but you're not. So instead, you're gonna have to make do with the fact that he starts swinging his sword like. Imagine like a teenager who just got a knife and he's like swinging it wildly. Yeah, yeah.
First one actually hits.
I can't believe he did it. This little bugger managed to get a blow in. What a champion. Tallying experience for all this is going to be a bit of a pain, but whatever. This guy in the back, you know what? He's just going to... I mean, he doesn't want to lose a slurk either. He's doing such a good job. Him and his slurk are going to scooch back a bit. He's going to open this door and let us fine gentleman slurk through first. You see them leave. Primitive guy in the back, he just dropped his bow to get over here to a melee fight, and now he's obstructed. Luckily, there is a way around this, and that's called tumble through. We're going to get to this. So, he fails, and I need to know if something spectacular happens if he fails that dramatically. So, if you are... I think you need to be trained? No. There's something called tumble through that you can do with acrobatics, which allows you to move from enemy space. You stride up to your speed, and during this, you can move through the space of an enemy. So, it's against their reflex, and on a failure, they end as if you... Okay. Yeah, so he doesn't move anywhere. Because he tries to move through your space hop bath, and then he tumbles over his friends backwards when he fails at that. Then he's going to try again. Because what else is he going to do with his life? Okay, you watch as this goblin just... as they're all squeezing to get through, they just get popped back. Like an unruly...
These bumbling idiots.
Like an unruly bottle of ketchup. Oh man, I gotta say though, I feel for this man. I feel for him. Monastery. This tiny knife fighter in front of you actually got a hit in. What a champ.
How dare he?
What a champ.
Teach him a lesson.
I mean, if you grabbed him, you could probably just throw him in the hole, but that seems cruel. Okay, well, I mean, he poofs. He does the goblin thing of turning into a little puff of what's kind of like tree ash, if you had to describe it. It smells kind of weird. Woody. Very woody. Guess they're born from trees. You have 2 actions left. How do you want to spend those?
I've taken 12 damage. I'm gonna heal myself with this.
Lay on hands, which by the way does not work like that. If you read the description, you'll notice that it heals you for 6. And since it's heightened by 1 automatically, it actually heals 12 every time you slap someone with it.
Oh.
Yep. You just get 12. You can just get all your hit points back. All 12.
That's convenient.
Yeah. Lay on hands, by the way, is why refocus allows for some weird healing. And also why Pathfinder 2 probably gave up. You have 1 action left. How do you want to spend that? Maybe raise your shield? I mean, no one's shooting or anything, so...
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Let's do it.
Nuts to that. Okay, this guy's got a really good plan.
So
He's got a really good plan. Listen, you're gonna be so impressed when he pulls it off. Okay.
Nope.
So he lands behind you, but he lands prone.
Okay.
He like does this weird wall maneuver with his friend, and then just lands on his ass behind you. He's like, "I'm here! Oh,
I did it! I'm a champion!"
hot bath. What a bumblefuck.
That's one way of putting
So
it.
I can't see my hunted target anymore, right? It's
They
down
scooted
around
out
the
of here.
corner. Okay. Is there? No, there's no penalty because I don't have a volley weapon. I have a short bow, correct?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I mean, if these goblins had attacks of opportunity, and you don't know if they do, they could probably do something, but if
All
they
right.
don't, then there's no penalty.
Then I will.
Which does mean
Giblets! Resistance!
which does mean that Gankata is perfectly acceptable in Pathfinder, as long as you're not fighting a fighter.
And I will target this prone one and just shoot it straight up in the face.
Once we get the gun rules, someone's playing Gankata.
Oh, you better believe it, buddy.
The poor prone guy regrets every mistake he's ever made.
And he also gets this.
He's dead, Jim. Why did you bully him? I mean, he bullied himself, really.
And then with one. I think Hot Bath is gonna take the safe option. It's gonna move back here. There you go.
Since you walk away, he let's see. How does this work? Oh! That would have been nice to know earlier, even though it didn't come up at all. This fine gentleman, he steps forward with confidence as if you didn't move right, you retreated. You are a coward, you are retreating! Ha-ha! You watch him with zeal jump towards Tiri. One hand out, he tries to grasp Tiri firmly and succeeds, I think. Yeah, your fort save is... Fort DC is 15. 10 plus your fort's modifier, in case you want to know. You are...
Yes,
Oh wait, that's the wrong
15.
menu. You're firmly grabbed by this nasty goblin. Which is to say, more that he's hanging off your coattails than he's actually grappling you. And he swings his weapon at you. Woo! I got him! Get him! Get him! Terry, there's a goblin hanging from you. You can't
Okay.
move. I mean, you can do everything you want normally, but you can't move any spaces. That's what immobilize means.
So I'm gonna use produce flame to hit the goblin with a melee attack.
I like that you just rub it against them too. Well, you teach him a lesson about not getting about personal space.
Yeah.
That hits him. Ooh.
Then
Oh, that's a good hit. That's a solid blow. Now, one action left. How do you want to spend it?
can I spend an action to like get free of him?
Yes. This does have the -5 MAP. You can use an unarmed attack. You can use athletics or acrobatics.
I'll use acrobatics. Is there a -5 to it?
Yes, but you can shift click and then add it manually, or we can do it with our heads because we have brains.
Okay,
Wait, we're supposed to have brains?
Listen, I didn't mention it, but I assumed people would bring it to the game.
Oh,
I
jeez.
thought there would be brains when we arrived.
Well, gosh, man.
Brains.
Good news. Oh, you added the penalty at a time. Okay, good news. You managed to escape his goblin grasp. You shake him off your coattails, as it were.
nice.
Snagu.
Oh. Okay, so I see two goblins, right?
Yes, one to the north and yeah, one to the north and one to the north.
One to the north and one to the north.
They're different
Okay.
distances of north.
I love how I'm thinking, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna telekinetic projectile the one all the way in the back. I think it's 30, right? Exactly.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
5.
Your spell congeals some of the dust that came off the door into a solid ball and lobs it at his head.
Oh yes.
Unfortunately, a ball of dust is not as effective as you'd hoped.
I just
Well,
sprinkled him with dust
which-
of his friends.
Which is to say, it doesn't hit his AC.
It is terrible for his hay fever, though.
No,
If he had a goblin dog, it'd be a problem.
I'm gonna pull a shield up.
This guy over here and his friend, who I think are at the brink of even Hobbass vision, scoots away, closing the door behind him. You could practically hear him go. Wah! These commanders, however, are at their fullest energy. They are ready to go. This guy charges in and goes, "Ooh, I can push him!" Yee! And if you've ever seen, oh man, imagine someone running headfirst into, oh gosh, this is really bad for him. This is really bad for him. He
Oh,
charges
God.
headfirst to get you with the fullest possible shove, to get you in that hole, because he just wants to see what happens if someone falls down there. So when you critically fail a shove, you fall prone as you lose balance. So he spends the rest of his action getting back up as he tumbles and stumbles over himself. Hey, no risk without reward, or reward without risk, I guess. In the back, there's a bugman.
That's me. It's looking very crowded over there. And there's probably not enough room for me to get there, so I'm going to just...
You can delay until
Delay.
Hotbath get bloody giblets out of the way.
Yeah, I'll delay until people have made room.
Hotbath, a monastery quickly asks you if you would like to make some space.
Yes, of course. Are there two living goblins there?
There are two living goblins left in this fight, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah. One's underneath the corpse, I think.
Oh no, the corpse. I thought the corpse was underneath him, but okay, we'll just put that corpse over there then.
All right. One of the, are any of them wounded? Of the
The
current
one to the
goblins?
right is definitely beaten and bruised.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
bit on fire.
Yeah, it's a bit
Giblets.
charred.
Finish that one off.
he got slapped or poked or something with. You tell Bloody Giblets to let him have it.
Yep.
That's one way to clear space, I guess.
Give him the old strike.
You hit him.
Hey!
Woo!
Hey,
He bites him.
And that brings him down to nothing, causing him to,
chomp.
as you chomp him in the butt, he jumps up and vanishes. As all goblins
And
do.
then Giblets is gonna move over behind the other one to surprise him. Hotbath is gonna. Ah!
Hot bath is dead. Oh,
Why
no.
am I dead?
Oh no!
Because I'm clicking the wrong buttons.
Rip. Hotbath's gonna take a few steps back, and he is going to shoot at the remaining goblin.
Your reflections upon your own personal mortality are fine, but not now. My bad. Monastery decides to give it the old rock'em sock'em. Go for it, Monastery.
Gonna hop over here, and since I'm flanking with the bear,
That makes it in flat-footed. It's a -2. There's a
there's a
button
big
for
tech-
that, I think.
yeah, there's a big checkbox for it.
I wonder how it
And-
accounts for that. Oh no, wait! I think I know how that works. I think the idea is that instead of me setting him flat-footed, if you target someone and use the targeting ability, like that.
Oh,
So that's what that's
Okay,
for,
so
I think. Okay, so that's a 23 effectively. It's not a critical hit, but you do get a solid blow in.
yeah.
He's looking pretty booed up. He looks like he looks like he's thinking about jumping in that hole or going back where he came from and squeeze through those arrow slits. He's just looking like, Oh no! Striking. Oh my
Finish
goodness.
him off.
So I was about to want to talk about, what martials excel at. It's criticals that make you go, oh my goodness.
Yep.
Okay, if you want context, that
Is that an
is
attack roll or a damage roll?
that is a damage roll. That 24.
Yeah.
Well, one of them was the hit.
So
That's
he rolled.
max damage.
He rolled an A+4, which is 12, and then times 2 is 24. So, there's also
I
power
think he
attack,
told me
and then
that.
there's striking weapons, and there's a guy you can talk to if you want to, who made a character who does one hell of a crit. Anyway, this is enough damage to kill him 1.3 times over. From full health. So he just goes flying. And now, there is finally a lull in the combat. Which is to say, I get some time to look at all the corpses, and you get a time to look at the fact that you're in a space. But before I give you too much more to worry about, from the bowels of this chasm, comes fee-fi-fo-fum. The goblins are having too much fun. It is an echoey, booming voice that hits off the walls like the slamming of hammers. And now give me a moment.
Oh no.
I gotta tally all the experience together. It's gonna take a moment.
What
Right,
was
so from
that?
deeper into the cave.
Yeah, there's something down that chasm that has big opinions about the current circumstances.
Less than ideal.
I suggest we get on the other side as soon as possible. Perhaps we have some time to patch people up if anyone is hurt.
Yeah. If anyone
We
needs
have to roll
healing.
to get across.
If you take your time, which is to say that you aren't in combat and you take like let's say 5 minutes to get across, then you're definitely able to do it without any sort of checks or anything. You're fine.
Yeah.
This guy's level
I think
0.
we have time to just kind of, make our way across.
Go attack.
Hotbath will use treat wounds on Giblets with assurance. So
Everything combined, you guys have a total of 200 experience points.
nice.
As long as one of you keeps track of it, that's fine because I synchronize experience. So as long as one of you got the correct number, that's all we need. You decide to ignore the arrow slit passages and just move along. No need to stick around too much. As you move across
I'm
the chasm,
stuck in the wall.
someone's stuck on a... Here.
Thank
GM,
you.
use a slash unstuck on you. No, actually, I can just move anyone anywhere I like, so... moving across the chasm, I do have a quick question. Is anyone here, like, afraid of heights or darkness, like their character, to be specific? Would they be unnerved by walking across a rickety rope bridge over a seemingly bottomless chasm?
I'm pretty sure I
Snow's
have
wisdom is too
a
low
lot
for
of
that.
experience with
Just-
mountains and stuff.
Just in case, just give you a moment to think about things. About what it must feel like to slowly inch your way across a hole you just heard a growling voice coming from.
Me, in real life, I'd shit myself.
The goblin pyro you end up next to. Also, at some point you watch this hot bath with this bear.
Yeah, so he's got Hot Bath has 2 hands on each of the ropes on the other side, and his other pair of hands are holding giblets as
Extra
they're
hands.
walking
Good
across
for
the
carrying weapons, carrying bombs, carrying pets across bridges.
carrying bears. Can I do that quick battle medicine?
Care
roll?
Bears.
I would. Yeah, you can definitely slap a band-aid on someone if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on the bear, so that's 2d8.
In the meantime, I'm going to look at things.
Oh,
Specifically,
nice.
I want to pull something up. Oh wait, I forgot. Did I? Okay, let's first end combat. There, we're done. Oh yeah, the loot. I'm gonna add something to the loot. Because the goblin pyro you're next to, when he vanished, did leave behind some of those small explosive containers, if you wish to pick them up.
Ooh.
If you trust
Ooh,
goblin
things.
technology, you can take them.
Do I trust goblin technology?
I mean, they didn't explode in his hands, so...
I mean, I trust it.
Cool. In that case, you acquire, if you look in the loot sheet, which I think you can access, you find 2 lesser alchemist's fire. You can throw these for a small explosion. They are considered martial weapons. They do 1d8 fire damage plus 1 splash, and I think also 1d4 persistent fire damage. It's pretty nasty to get hit by one of these things.
If they're martial, then I can't really use them.
Yeah. But luckily you got other friends who can.
Is anyone else injured?
Is there an elixir for this, though?
No, I'm fine.
I'm a bit, but I'm gonna be okay.
I'm unscathed.
Excellent.
Came out of that pretty good, honestly.
Actually, I'm gonna drink a potion.
It's an idea. Take a little bit of time. I mean, you're very close to a door. You don't know what's beyond that door, where the goblins beyond that door are hanging out.
My prey is beyond that door.
Just as much as I needed.
Since you all are doing that, I'm gonna do it too. Because there are goblins behind this wall. I need to make sure that they are rolling good.
Little kobold. If you're wounded, I can patch you up, and you won't need to drink potions.
I already drank. Sorry. I'm good now.
Hadbath sort of fusses the kobold. little hands over it.
Alright, well, the door is for you to open. One of the doors is locked. The other one is not. Which is to say that there's a door wedge on the other side, and that's why it doesn't open.
Well,
Open at will. As you peek through the door, in the distance, you see... oh, excuse me. Naughty boys! The guy is standing there. Someone has taken the time to bandage him up real fast, and he points at you going, "Ha ha! Come on! Meet your doom! For we are the Dragon Blessed, and we will show you a good time!"
They are the Dragon Blessed?
That's what they said. What he said.
Snow is confused.
yeah. Like, turn to Snuggle. I thought you were the Dragon Blessed. Oh, we had an arrangement.
I thought what you had was special.
Yeah. Now I learned dragons are just out here blessing everyone that'll listen.
Anyway, this guy's just yelling
Snow-
at you. That
Snow
you're
yells
cowards
into
and
the pit.
fools. Until you do something.
Snow just yells into the pit. I thought I was the chosen one.
Oh, we should probably get in there and hit them before they do anything too scary.
And if you prefer, you can always try to talk it out.
It's over, Snogu. I have the high ground. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, we can try talking
Can we
to them.
enter?
I mean, I guess we can like get in the doorway, like kind of cautiously approaching.
If you
Like,
move
what
any
do you
closer
mean?
than that, initiative will start. Like they'll start fighting
Yeah.
unless they have an agreement or something that they can trust you. So.
I kind of call out to them, like, what do you mean, Dragon Blessed? What do you?
Did you not feel the mountain rumble with her voice? She led us here, and this is ours now.
So that was the voice that came from the chasm? A
Oh.
dragon?
Oh yes. She can go anywhere she likes, whenever she pleases. She does so every day, I think.
Right. And you guys follow this dragon's orders and
What's this
stuff?
black
Or do you
line?
just live here?
That is a delineation of 2 map segments that I have to glue together.
It's the
Oh,
duct
okay.
tape on the floor.
Snowy is kind of shaping a little ball in his hand. Snowy is shaping a ball of energy in his hand.
So come any closer, and we'll shoot and let you have it.
Well, these guys don't seem like they're going to listen to reason.
We have a
I
mission
want
in
to cast
here.
Flaming Sphere.
What?
I want to cast Flaming Sphere with increased.
Well, I guess that's where initiative starts, huh?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Kinda.
Okie dokie, the whole party gets into initiative. Snuggle, you get a +1. Well, let's say a +2, because if someone does the initiative, as it were, they get a bonus for it.
Hey.
That's your prerogative for ruining everything.
Yes.
All right. So Snuggles goes up by 2 because he's the instigator. Doesn't mean he'll act first, but it does give him a significant advantage. Well, a teeny slurk, get out of here, you little baby. Hot bath. You notice Snuggle incanting arcane words, and you're like, gotta move.
All right.
Things are
This
off.
goblin in the first one we see there,
Yes.
or the one more out in the open, that's my target from earlier.
Mhm.
Okay, then I shall open up with a hunted shot.
You hunt him and then give him the old. Oh wait, if you still haven't hunted, then yes.
Yeah.
That continues for a while. I forgot.
Yeah. So I do the 2 attacks.
Oh, well, in all of his arrogance, he did not think an arrow would hit him so good. Oh goodness, no!
That's 2 hits.
It's the crits that really make the party.
Wow. Yeah.
You watch as the arrows fly in them, but since you're hitting the bandaged wounds, it's not quite as significant as you would hoped.
Mm.
He just kind of.
And then, actually, I should have done it beforehand. I don't know why I didn't. I will cast Gravity Weapon. Make my shots more gravitus.
Gravitus. Oh wait, I didn't click begin combat. Whoops. Monastery. Combat is now actually officially begun. Sorry.
I'm just gonna delay my turn until after Snoggu, because I think they're gonna do something big.
And you don't want to walk into it now.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the way.
All right, Snuggu. Go ahead. Flame that sphere.
So as Snuggle is creating the ball in his hands, he suddenly widens it. I'm gonna use widen spell. I'm gonna make the ball appear like somewhere it hits the 2 that I see at first, as many as I can see.
How about first? Can you use widen on flaming sphere? That's a good question.
I don't know.
I'm gonna see if Google turns anything up. Otherwise, is flaming sphere? No, widen doubles its area. It has no area, but it has an area. It has specifically an area.
I think it just increases the area.
Any numeric measure. Oh my goodness, these people are arguing over Pathfinder First Edition, so I can't do anything with that. I love it now that there's 2 editions
no.
and they don't have distinct names. I'm just gonna say no, technically, because it's.
That's
You know what? I know what. I'm just gonna look at Fireball, and if it is, then congratulations, you found a. Okay, yes, sure, it's a bigger ball than normal. Congratulations. It still
Oh,
stops
no.
the second it bumps into someone, so
Has an area. So.
I don't have a token for this. So
I just spawn it there among them.
okay, you watch as 2 people are suddenly consumed by a huge ball of fire. The goblin commando tries to dive away for what his life is worth. He succeeds. There's a guy around the corner. His rolls are delayed slightly, but he too succeeds. The two of them. So the downside of Flaming Sphere is that while it sticks around a while, if they succeed, they're out of there. So he jumps out as a big ball of flame shows up. Let me just see if I can find a quick way to make this work. Because there are cool special effects I can use. Here go flames. That ought to do it.
Nice.
Cool.
That should tell you that there's this big rolling ball of fooey. I'm going to put a light effect on it so that everyone can see there's something going on.
Just a black
And
sphere.
I'm gonna cast shield on
Like
myself
circle.
since Widen didn't.
But to me it looks like a
Snuggle would
fireball.
know. Snuggle would know not to widen that spell then, right?
Oh, well, you can. I said that you can. It's now a bigger sphere.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay. Never mind then.
Normally
I'm
it's
done.
only one space.
Getting the most out of the extra size, however, requires some effort, but you can do it. It's out as a bigger ball. Monastery, you delayed your action, and you're glad you did. You probably could have gotten caught in that if you weren't careful.
Yeah. Probably. That's why you got to be careful with spellcasters.
Don't
I'm going to
stand in
move
fireball
over.
distance.
Oh, there's a lot of dudes in there. And then start with an attack. And the boy.
It's the boy! The boy, his armor class is unfortunately a little higher than that.
Well, in that case, I'm then going to shove him into the sphere.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my
Well, I mean,
This will have a multiple attack penalty, but.
good news.
thank
You fall on your butt.
Owie!
It's better than falling into the sphere yourself. Thierry.
Okay. Oh. Gonna move. There. Come on.
Sorry.
There.
Excuse me.
Pardon
Excuse
me.
me. Excuse me.
And right, I'm just gonna.
I mean, you could
Yeah,
have,
like,
during the conversation, removed the door wedge and opened the door, but... oh,
Yeah,
well.
I'll take a precious action.
What do you do, my good sir?
I'm gonna shoot that goblin over there with a ray of frost.
Fire at ice. Don't hit the flaming sphere. You never know what intimidity magic does.
Wham on the floor.
Unfortunately, his dodge moves are just too slick, too smooth.
Definitely a piercer.
Okay,
well.
cool. Now, I don't even think Monastery can sort of see this guy, I guess. But you suddenly start hearing this. This is Inspire Courage being chanted by a goblin. Every single goblin friend around them gets a +1 to their attack rolls and all kinds of fun stuff. As you start hearing this, it's probably very encouraging if you spoke goblin. But if you don't, then it just sounds like screeching gibberish. And he jumps out. And he looks at you, Monastery.
Great, they're playing
Are they
Slipknot.
doing
Do I
there?
speak goblin? I do.
I mean, I guess if he got closer, he could have done that again. Okay, you know what? Since that's possible, he scoots a bit closer. He takes a risk, but it's gonna pay off. Don't worry. He starts yelling at you. Oh no. Congratulations. Performance check against your will DCs. That's 21 versus a will DC of 17, so that's a success. Your will saves are slightly lower now. And for our goblin friend, the same. So the two of you are unable to focus quite as well, disturbing your ability to perceive, and also your will saves just makes you easier to intimidate. Oh no. This guy in the back's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. How long does that intimidation last per person? Because it might still be in effect. You might still just not give a shit what this guy has to say to you. 10 minutes. Okay, yeah. You still don't care what he has to say. So he wastes an action trying to intimidate you, hoping that maybe with this will save reduction it would help, but no. No. Then, since he's a bit of a coward, he's gonna and use an action to take out his bow. These guys are fully armed with bows and ready to get going. So he scoots out, sees you on the ground, Monastery, and treats you to a fine arrow. Pew! And then he ducks back in the cover. This gentleman is in a bad spot. He drops his bow as he hits the ground and recovers from his tumble and takes out his chopper and looks at you with an evil glint in his eyes. He chops you and dices you and slices you to pieces. Actually, that second one doesn't do anything. So,
Just the first one.
I mean, he's cancerous. He's toxic. His attitude is terrible. Hot bath. Things are
Giblets!
escalating and moving.
Onwards!
Wait, that second one does hit you, and also you take an extra point of damage. I forget he has a buff
Body.
from his. See, the bard buff always gets forgotten now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, that's the wrong guy. Excuse me. I need this guy's sheet. There. Ooh. 12. Monastery gets hit a few good times by a guy who's inspired to greatness.
Taking an extra 2.
And
Bear.
Humbast
no,
is gonna
bear.
switch his focus to the chanter. And oh yeah, Giblets move forward and supports, and then Humbast
I need to put this aside.
unleashes his strikes.
Show me the beans, as they say.
Ah!
If only you had a bard like they did.
Indeed.
If only you lived in such a beautiful world.
All right, so that's this amount of damage, and
Ouch.
also an additional 2
Ooh.
from gravity weapon,
Ow.
and also an additional. No,
If you roll an 8, he's down.
an additional support slash. Oh,
Oh, he's down to 1.
Ah, beans.
You watch him, you can see it in his eyes. Like, ooh. He regrets his decisions, but he's still standing for now, although his legs are shaky. Snuggu. Oh, by the way, Hopbath, after your turn, because I kind of forgot, you do hear some big flapping wings coming from behind you. Snuggu.
oh, just a minor thing then.
Just a minor thing you might want to keep
Yeah.
track of. Maybe it's just a bat.
Can I cast more magic and sustain the ball
Yes!
at the same turn?
Yes!
Yep, sustaining
Yes.
only takes 1
No,
action.
no 5e weirdness going on here. Don't worry.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna electric strike the one that's closest. Electric arc. What's wrong with me? The one that's closest to me, the one in front of
Yes,
monastery.
I see. Oh gosh, that war chanter better make a crit save. Nope. You're out of here. You watch as his spell still lingers until his turn, but otherwise you only hear the echo of his song. And the commando gets to roll me a fine
Aw.
check. He too gets fried for 5. Ooh. And then your spell can move as it wishes.
And then I want to move it here. Can I move it here?
Yes, you can move wherever you like.
Not at the bear, but in front of the bear.
You block the bear.
I block the
What
bear
do
with fire.
The bear is your friend.
And
It's a friendly bear.
that's why I didn't go into the bear. And that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna shield up. No, I can't. I'm done.
Yeah, you used 1 action to sustain, 2 to cast. So monastery.
Yep, I'm getting up. No longer on the floor. That was embarrassing. I hope no one was watching.
Well, they can't see you now with this fireball.
And then I'll just... from the start, I'll just shove this guy into the fireball.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeet!
Well, technically that doesn't do anything else, but I'll just say that gives him a -2 on his reflex check as he's pushed way into the fireball. Oh no! You hear
Oh,
his
no.
screams. Can someone roll me the 3D? Can you roll me the 3D6 Snuggu for him getting thrown into a fiery inferno?
I It's really frost. Oh no, I lost it.
You can also type /. Yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness, he's down to 2
I
hit
found
points
it.
as he burns and smolders inside this large ball of flame. That was only 2 actions. You have 1 left. How do you spend that one?
Yep, shield up.
Cool.
Not making the same mistake.
Jerry, the ball of flame does not obstruct your vision all that much. It's pretty big, but you can look around it.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Let's move over here.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and And just to finish off, electric arc on the goblin in the fire.
The lack of manners.
This is getting metal.
Electricity and fire all melding
Okay.
together.
If he
Lightning
doesn't crit
bolts.
save this, he's gonna get. Oh,
he
lucky boy!
Oh, the hero. Just because he's inside a sphere of fire doesn't mean he can't do sick flips.
In the meantime, the guy in the back does not see it coming. Sick flips is the only thing that could save him. Poor guy.
He's been waiting his
The
whole
war
life.
chanter is nothing but a gone memory and some stuff lying on the ground. Although who knows how goblins really work? Maybe there's only one goblin. They're all just clones of the same mind. Who knows? You can maybe ask him someday if you have the time, but not now. Now one of them's got zapped, and in his frustration, he's gonna take every action he can to shoot at that Tiri. Like ooh. He first has to awkwardly figure out where you are behind the flaming sphere, and then he kind of has to hope that his arrows don't get consumed by the ball. Two of them vanish into the ball and never come out. One strikes Tiri for a modest 4 damage.
Okay.
Range attacks without propulsive or spells, not so oomphy. This guy, I mean, he wants to use the slurk, but what is he going to use it for? It's just going to get burnt up. So he leans around the corner, gets a glimpse of a bear and a monastery, so he's going to take one action to take cover, to get the full benefits of his cover. Then he will fire, you know what? One to the guy in the back, one to the guy in the front. So that's one for monastery and one for the bear. The bear does not get hit, monastery gets hit, unless he has something to help him.
I have my shield up.
In that case,
Remember?
you deflect his arrow.
Yep.
This guy scrambles to get out of the fire. Quickly pats himself down as much as he can. And then, you know what? He's going to start... Oh, you know what? He's going to start yelling at Tiri. Like, yeah!
So
Tiri's not impressed.
yeah.
Hot bath. The goblins have
Dragon!
resorted to name-calling.
Dragon, 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 dragon!
Dragon, dragon, dragon.
You step through
Steps
the
into-
doorway
Steps to the door, closes the door,
with a quick butt bump.
and
Alright,
What a
then
Why?
gentleman.
turns back and is gonna shoot an arrow at his target. Still not dead. Doing bad stuff back there. Let's see if that hits. No!
Unfortunately, your arrow gets consumed by the ball of flame. The downsides are beginning to show.
Who put this ball of flame right in the middle of
Snoggle, will you deny
I
this
don't know.
accusation?
I don't know. Just appeared there. Must be the dragon.
Dragons, am I right?
Yeah, they're terrible creatures. Can I move the ball diagonally?
It can move, I think 20 feet? One of the two. I think 20 feet, actually.
It says 1 square.
No, listen. Oh no! You can just move it wherever you want in range. So as long as the ball stays
Oh.
within 30 feet of you, which is to say one space is within 30 feet of you, you can move anywhere you want. So you can totally
roll
scoot
it
it over and hit
Can
that
I-
guy.
Rolling it to another square within range.
I wanna move. I wanna move here. Oh my god.
By the way, this is why Reach is so fun with Flaming Sphere, because suddenly it has 60 feet of range it can roll in. Because that stays the whole spell casting. So yes, you move over there, you sustain it, I presume, to move it over to some dudes.
I sustain it to move it to this one.
Handsome.
This one here.
He very quickly realizes just how hot that ball is as he makes a saving throw. Well, as I said, success is a negate. That's the downside of Flaming Sphere.
I have 1 action left,
What do
right?
you want to do with that one?
Shield.
Monastery, what do you do?
I'm going to move over to here next to the sphere. That rhymed. And bap this guy with a big
That's
stick.
a critical bap. Ooh, that's like you almost cut him in half in one blow. He's down to 2, which is a number you guys hit surprisingly often.
And then shield or second attack.
It's this big, large, long gash on his armor. And then with the second one, you turn into a big X. And he falls over. And then... On the plus
That's
side, this
my
leaves
turn.
very little corpses you have to clean up to stop miasma.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
They clean themselves up. Tiri.
Yeah, more lightning.
I've started to realize why Daze is such a good is a decent cantrip, because it targets a whole different save, and things are usually some things are very weak to will saves. That's the
Yeah.
point of it. Anyway,
Lightning against these two.
you throw out the zippity zaps. I gotta say, oh wait, that doesn't save him. Half would be 3, and it still takes him down to 0. Okay, cool. The other guy is the one that has to worry, and he makes it so he still takes 3. So he's down to 4. Well, that makes one less goblin. He's going to fall back on the ancient strategy of running away now.
I will hunt you to the ends of the earth.
First, however, he points at the slurk and tells him, "Slow him down!" And then he goes the typical way of "Wee" out of here.
Wee, all the way home.
If you want to, you can type it into that space simulator game and have text-to-speech say it for you, but wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, you.
I'm playing with my dice. And then the slurk spits gloop to bully you poor people, just to slow you down. First one is for monastery. Oh no! You've been critically
Oh, no.
slimed!
Big goop.
I don't think that does anything special, though.
You got gooped.
The slime does not get slimier just because it hits you good. And the second one is for the gibbity goblin. Splort. And then it just kind of sits there. Marvelous. Okay, I'm gonna remove these guys from initiative. Hot bath. Technically, combat is sort of over because no one is actually around to fight, unless you want to follow the goblin. So if you want to chase him, the combat continues. If not, the combat ends.
Oh yeah, he's my target. So
Go ahead, my good sir.
Yes.
Run after him. He's way in the back. You're gonna have to put your feet in it.
Ah no, door closed.
Please stay closed, door.
I'm going to use an action to get Giblets moving as well, because he's in my way anyway. So I need to go. Ah. So that's 25. And then another.
Let me do the measuring for you. It'll be like this, and then like this, and you catch up to him.
How do you do the bends?
I use control. You hold
Ah,
control, and then you can click and set waypoints.
Excellent. Ah!
I know everyone starts doing it. That's just the way it works.
And so I've also set Giblets to follow, so he's going to.
Giblets is gonna catch up with him in like, yeah. Giblet practically catches up with him in one action.
So hold on, you. How do you control? You can.
Hold the control key.
Oh, okay, got it.
Snagu. You can't really roll your ball of flame anywhere without bumping into someone. Also, this guy turned invisible. He's not supposed to. He just sits there.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You're
Sorry.
silent.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, left the mic up. I'm gonna stop the ball. I'm gonna it off.
Bye, ball.
Away ball.
You've served your purpose. And what a
And
purpose
I'm
it served.
gonna. I'm gonna go. Following that guy apparently. Somewhere there.
By
I'm
the
gonna
way,
go somewhere there.
just for context, this is a dark area. I just assume you guys have your light cantrips up.
Yeah, I have it on my.
Yeah, that's
spinny
what I
ball.
meant. If you're wondering why it's so light in these caves, it's because I assume you have your light cantrip up ahead of time. I shouldn't have
I
to
can see
ask
it
people
dark.
if they turn their flashlights on, only if they're gonna turn it off. Anyway, you can move after him if you want to
Oh, yeah.
through these sprawling caverns.
I'm colliding with walls.
You would end up around
Ooh.
here. Oh wait, that's right on top of him. You can't end up there.
I'm riding the goblin. I spent all my actions, right?
I think so. Monastery.
Yep.
Apparently, following the goblins is the way to go. And he probably is like sweating bullets as this whole gang comes cramming through the tunnels after him.
as a baby bear appears.
Also, all these slurks everywhere, and I'm covered in goo.
However, monastery, since you are a lawful good paladin, your heart might have slightly more attention for the fact that there's some people in a cage down south.
Oh, well, that's definitely my priority.
I mean, you're free to ignore them. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting over there, and I'm immediately trying to get them out of the cage.
You're going to have to find a key, unfortunately. It looks like this door, like most cell doors, are locked. Is
Great.
locked.
Fantastic.
Teary. It's
Uh,
today's the day of running after goblins.
do you need help over there with the lock? I think I can probably break it.
Uh, well, yeah, we can both try and smash it if you want.
I don't need. I have shatter.
Oh goodness.
Oh. In which case, yeah, be my guest.
Just want to tell you that low-level shatter is not. I mean, I guess it's a shoddy metal lock, so.
Yeah, it ignores hardness though.
Yeah, but let me just look up and see how hard a shoddy rusted iron lock would be, to see if this is worth trying or not. There are some things that are okay. Wait, this is on my this is on my GM screen, isn't it? It should be. If it's not, I'll be slightly upset. There we go. Iron has a hardness of 18, but that's a strict portcullis. It's not a lock. There's a significant difference between a lock and a portcullis. Hardness, material hardnesses. I thought it was 5, but I guess I'm of the olden times when things were simpler. No. Yeah, thin iron or steel is 5, so this is a rusted lock, so yes, it would ignore the hardness. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you want to
I think I
shatter
need
and
I
make
think I
a
need to
big
get
whoop.
close to it though, don't I? No, 30 feet range.
I say that you can contain it if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna shatter the lock then.
Oh, wait. Apparently, Terry does not, in fact, have a light cantrip, and therefore is going to be in the darkness soon.
No, I've got dancing lights.
Yeah, that's something. I want you to read this, but you have to sustain that to keep it around.
Oh, okay.
It's the downside of it. Well,
I have my.
roll me the damage on that shatter as you explode the lock. Well, I mean, the lock looks very mangled now. You're gonna need to give it a good whack to open it up, though.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm on my game today then.
Yeah, that's below average. That's like you probably got a syllable wrong. This guy, I mean, on one hand he wants to hold his ground because this seems to be. Well, no, he has a plan. He knows where he is. He lives here. That's how that works. He scoots back a bit and goes, "Come to me and you'll die," and it gives you a nasty look. He essentially readies an action. Hot bath.
Hot bath is gonna 1, 2, 3. Well, he's commanding Bloody Giblets just for ease of actions. I'm not interrupting my movement. I'm just moving on as well as directing him. So, and then Giblets is gonna support, and Hot Bath is gonna take a hunted shot because this is still his target from earlier.
What a slippery bastard he is.
Yep. Oh, come on.
In response to being attacked, as your second arrow silences this man, he yells out to his compatriots, "Charge!" Oh wait, he's still alive actually. No, he's not. How alive is this goblin? The show with your boy, Safi.
The shooting is
Victory!
goblin.
However, you've stirred a hornet's nest, who all apparently go before Snogu. Wow, what a timing. Actually, this takes a moment because they first have to make sure that the guy yelling wasn't just being a little weirdo. So you hear a door open and a guy like looks outside, and then someone else eventually comes out too, and it's like, what's going on over here? And then he notices the corpse like, oh no, something's afoot.
Oh no.
And that's kind of where their whole turn ends. Because, you know, fighting happens under other terms than invaders. So, Snagu. It seems another bunch of enemies have been called in. But lucky for you, these guys look like wimps compared to the other guys. Or at least this guy looks like a wimp. Who knows about the rest of them?
It's just one guy.
Yeah, just you only see one guy right now.
Okay, I'm gonna strike him. I'm gonna launch a sharp piece of this wood around me at him.
From one of the large piles of miscellaneous stuff they probably stole off a cart, you whisk at his head. You have to roll me the attack roll first, though.
Okay.
Since
Sorry.
he's flat-footed because he's really not ready for a fight, he's just kind of taking a look around. You do, in fact, bean him to death.
Oh
Dunk.
no.
For a minute, his body hangs impaled on the wall, and then he just poofs. As all goblins do. Monastery.
I'm going to.
If you spend an action to give the lock a hood whack, it should open up just fine.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Inside are two little kobolds who've been... They're not chained up, but they definitely do look in a bad shape. Like they've been prisoners for a while and not treated quite well.
I can use medicine to give them some healing.
Okay. So we're just going to assume that Monastery's out of this fight for a moment, as he just... That's his turn, essentially.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in here and treat the prisoners.
Thierry might be aware of the growing instigations happening to the north that echo through the caves.
I cannot see.
Well, you can hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna cast dancing lights then.
Okay, cool. I think I can just make some light sources and you can have control over them. How big are these light sources? Dancing lights, it's 10 feet apart. How much light?
They're basically torches.
That's 20. That's okay. That's 40-20. I'm gonna give him a cool little effect because that's neat. Okay, cool. Now I just copy this light source and make 4 of them. I don't think I can just give you control over them, but I'll move them around to optimal positions.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
Nope.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna walk up there.
Marvelous. This guy can go out of initiative because he's no longer relevant. This guy can go out of initiative because he's dead. He got shot by an arrow. Hot bath. Your friend can really shoot pieces of wood as good as you can.
Well done, everyone.
Anything can fly.
Oh, there's quite a lot of room here.
A lot more, yeah.
Can I use an action to seek to see if I can find anything hidden in the vicinity?
Seek is an action that doesn't come across a lot. I'll just give you the lowdown. There are definitely some dudes coming around that corner who just saw their friend get shot.
Which corner? The far corner where the...
Up here to the right, like where the goblin was like moving around.
Time moved. I will move again. Anyway. Oh shit! More goblins!
They're like,
And
people!
I will fire at the one I can see through the door. What the hell, though?
Cursed.
Me.
Yep, that's my turn.
Marvelous. This fine gentleman, having the chance to strike, he knows that he's not the front-line fighter. He quickly draws forth his bow. He's going to take a pot shot, and he's going to dive for cover to let his friends through.
Well, he hits.
An arrow hits your... Oh, that's a max roll.
Oof.
Well, luckily, you have lots of hit points.
It's true.
This is an edible. I like that it's spelled eatable, but it is edible. Mr. Pyro, he will use an action to command his giant toad, which goes ploppity, 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 plop. Let me just double check, see how far I can ploppity, ploppity.
Oh my god.
Plop. This thing moves menacingly towards you, and the guy on the back's like, ha 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 ha. He too can produce flame. No, he can't. He throws fire at you, but I imagine that you were able to direct it to a component of your armor that can easily retard flame. Ha! This guy in the back will also command his toe, but now there's a pileup. And that's not beneficial to anyone. Awkwardly trying to make his way around in the back, he's just going to shoot some arrows at... You know what? There's a goblin, there's a kobold, and there's the bear. It's kobold bear. Misses. He was kind of making it at the end of his turn anyway. He was at the back end of the deal. Snuggle. There are now a lot of people around.
I'm gonna move. That's a stupid idea. I'm gonna move here, but they're not here.
You roll awkwardly through the debris that lies around, all their spoils and takings. Few of which look interesting, but there you go.
This is a line, right?
That is a line, yes.
Can I hit everything in a one line?
Yeah, the goblins occupy every space of their mount. That's the downside of a big mount.
Okay, I'm gonna. Snogo is gonna start weaving arcane energy, turn it dark, and I'm gonna shoot grim tendrils through all of them.
Oh, goodness. That's a very fun one, ain't it?
Yes.
Show me the tendrils.
I'm showing you my tendrils.
No, not your tendrils, those the tendrils.
Oh my!
Oh, that's just lovely, ain't it? Oh, cool. It actually... Oh, wow, it lets you place a ray like this. Neat. And they can... Okay, no. I don't want that. I want the little Amy ball.
Activate the spaghetti.
I can't take grip on the little Amy stick. Don't know why. But let's roll some fort saves. First, the Goblin Pyro rolls his fort save. He is critically successful. He doesn't care. He knows Grim Tendrils. He's a caster himself, actually. The
He
guy...
likes tentacles.
The toads are also... Well, they succeed, which I mean that they still take half and take no persistent bleed damage. So they take half and half. I think the guy who's riding that little toad is about to eat shit, though. Just call it a hunch. Yeah, he's not... I think that actually kills him, because these guys are wimps. They are the weakest ones of the bunch. So he just vanishes as grim tendrils slide through his form. And the toad that stays behind is just like... Ribbit. Monastery. You've saved some people. They look in bad shape. And, while they would like to help you, they say it's not safe. Because they suddenly hear the sounds of spell casting and swords and arrows and everything.
Well, if you head back through the entrance and make it across the rope bridge, there
Where the
shouldn't
dragon
be any other...
supposedly is.
Oh. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Maybe it's safest in the cages. Okay.
Well, their wounds are patched up, yeah, like I patched them up last round.
Yeah, I assume that you used a bunch of
Bless
battle
you.
medicine and quickly gave them the basic tending, but if you really want to make
Yeah.
sure they're alright, you're going to need more time. And you don't have that in combat.
Yeah, well... If you guys wait here, just...
In the dark.
It's probably... Yeah. Well, I mean, I can give them a torch.
They can hide out, don't worry. There's some
Yeah.
there's some dancing lights here too, it's fine.
We'll be back in a hot second just to lead you out to safety. But right now, there's still a whole lot of violence going on, and we kind of need to deal with that.
They have tentacles!
Hang tight. Yeah. I'm going to make my way over to them. I'm still slowed slightly, so... There.
Okay, well,
Then it's Tyrion's turn. I assume Tyrion's going to move when the light source is up to get a good view.
yes.
You can now see the area well enough.
Okay, so that's 2 actions.
You have one left.
I'm going to shoot that goblin with with my hand crossbow.
You shoot the guy riding the large frog and teach him a lesson
Yes.
about riding large frogs. He simply laughs at your attempt. Ha ha! Ho ho! Hee hee! Hot bath. What a chuckle. What a chuckle, man. He's chuckly.
At them giblets! He's gonna get... Giblets is gonna get in position to support. Hotbath is gonna...
Ankle biter.
Hotbath is gonna... hunt prey on the pyro there.
Oh.
And then he will make a hunted shot at him. No, wait. Actually, can I make another hunted prey?
You can definitely make another hunted prey. Just only one at the time. The old one goes away if you have
Yeah,
any.
there you go. Okay, cool. And hunted shot.
By the way, oh wait, does it? No, wait. It's spells that work that way. Okay, so go ahead and make your 2 shots. Pew. Hunt prey and hunted shot really are just the flurry of blows for rangers. Oh boy, he's gonna feel that one.
All right. With a +2 on top of that, and also another 2.
That's a lot of 2s.
Yeah.
Well, oh no, it's this guy in the back. He looks at the situation as he pops back out of cover. He's gonna draw the conclusion that maybe he should get moving. So he's gonna get moving. Which is to say that he has that grim determination of someone who's getting some gosh darn reinforcements. He's going to try to acrobatics through your space, good sir. And he just stumbles in front of you, which is not good, because guess what the guy behind him is going to do regardless on where he stands?
Oh my.
A billowing cone of flame belches towards Snuggu, Hotbath, and the warrior. The warrior eats the biggest out. Well, Hotbath is perfectly fine, and Snuggu takes half, which is 2. Or
Yeah,
you can
come
press
on,
the
it's
down
hot bath.
And the warrior who's in the
One.
front. I guess the warrior shields you all from the majority of the damage because he just eats it.
Hotbath sort
I
of
have fire.
flexes out of the way of the fire, but just close enough that it warms him up nicely.
Oh yeah, Snuggu has fire resistance too. He takes 1 damage.
Take one.
Little baby damage. Snuggu. Oh, the toad also gets to act because the guy does give him a command. So, what will be the fun option? Well, since you look like you're a magic man, grabbing you is a fantastic idea.
Ugh,
And then the fun
very
part happens.
fantastic.
Swallowed rules!
Oh god.
Hotbath watches, probably with some emotion going through him, as his friend vanishes.
Snuggle!
Yum.
It happened in a second. Yeah, mlem. Yoshi, don't do
Did
that.
that eat me?
Yes, it did hit you. So now that you're
Can I-
inside...
Can I
there's a-
cast them inside?
you can cast spells inside of it, yes, but there are some restrictions and limitations. I think you have to make a check because it's kind of hard to cast spells in here, but otherwise I think you're mostly capable.
Okay, I want to cast Acidic Burst.
I think that one is one of the few spells you can just kind of do. No, there's still the somatic component if I'm correct. I'm gonna look
I
at
need
the
to
swallow
speak
rules.
something.
No, I don't want to look up spells. I want to look up Acidic Burst. It's a fun one though. That's definitely gonna melt you away out if you succeed at it. It's somatic and verbal. Swallow whole. Here we go. You are grabbed.
Change verbal to
Yes.
real.
Okay. This is the thing I was looking for though. You need to make a DC 5 flat check. So roll me a D20. If it's 5 or higher, you manage to get your spell off.
How do I roll? Just die.
Slash roll 1d20.
Yes. Slash roll 1d20. Yes.
Oh.
Now, there's one small thing that I would want to bring up. You are using an acid attack inside of something's stomach, but I imagine that magic acid is different than that. Good news. You can roll me the damage. I'm going to roll for the toad, though the only thing he can do is roll... He can only roll for it to be worse, because what's he going to do?
Yeah, you can't really dodge this.
Yeah, okay, so he takes the full brunt of the damage. What's the rupture value on this? Because that's the one you need to get out of here. If the monster dies... Let's see, rupture value. Rupture value. Oh, wait, by the way, it's 8. Okay, you do 9 damage. You fall out of its dissolved stomach.
Gross.
That's very gross. That's
Wee!
probably... You also take some small damage as a result of being inside of it. You take 4 acid damage as you were slightly digested on the inside. But then you fall outside.
You know, this is what I think getting burnt feels like. Though I never got burnt.
Anyway, you've 1 action left somehow. As you roll out. Oh, no, wait, you don't. You are slowed 1
I'm
when you...
gonna
Okay, excuse me. There are a few things that I need to... don't worry. We'll get to this later. But you don't have an action. Let's get to that. Monastery. You get here just in time to watch Snuggle roll out.
Glad I didn't miss that nightmare.
I missed the detail where you have to hold your breath or start suffocating, so you probably can't use verbal components. Although I imagine that you have your breath before you go in, so...
Yeah, kind of,
You squeeze the last bit out of your lungs.
yeah, a last ditch effort.
It was my last final
Need-
breath.
2 movement actions to get over here. And then gonna just attack the frog on the left, I guess.
So apparently there's a reflex check involved with this, so I think the both of us made mistakes. We're going to keep it at that. Worked out fine for everyone. You walk up. What do you hit, the toad or the guy on top of the toad?
The toad. on
I don't
the
know what you have
left.
against this toad, but you hit him.
I mean, he did just eat my friend.
Well, he was told to eat your friend. Please, have some respect for the proletariat. Anyway, the toad feels that one. Is that your whole turn? Did you take 2 actions to move in?
Yeah, I had to.
Tiri, you are in the perfect position to cast a spell.
I'm going to cast Tanglefoot on that goblin.
On this guy?
Yes.
Ah, that's a good idea, because he does look like he's going to go someplace. You throw a bag of Tanglefoot. Or manifest. Oh, wait. Ooh. Yeah, you just literally create a Tanglefoot bag in midair. Huh. You strike him! Let's see. Success. He takes a minus 10 foot penalty to its speeds for 1 round. Ooh. Okay, so he just moves significantly slower now, but you watch as he is still going to try and trudge through. You also spend an action to sustain the light sources so that you're not blind, and there you go.
Yeah.
Hot bath.
Hot Bath doesn't like how crowded it is around here, so he is going to move back.
Oh. You see the hallway go north at the end, and it also goes down here to a small staircase.
And then, well, he still has that one rider, that pyro or something targeted, so he's going to do a hunted shot on it.
There you go. It's a bit better.
Actually, he's going to command giblets to support, and then he's going to do a shot.
Eat pant. Oh no, he's gonna feel that one in the morning.
He's gonna eat whole trousers.
Okay, he's not gonna feel that because he's gone.
Okay. And then, so he moved, he commanded, giblets can both, so he supported, but
Support
can he
takes up the
do
rest
his,
of their turn, yes.
okay, he doesn't have his move action.
Well, I can
Okay.
move before he supports, but not after.
That's fine. And then that's my turn.
The toad falls silent as its goblin rider is gone. This guy's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get more enemies involved in this fight. I have to. I must." He can move all
Yes.
the way over there, but he
Remember,
fails.
he's got a 10-foot.
Yeah, I
penalty.
know. He's
Yeah.
actually gonna try to escape first.
Okay.
Ha! He fails, so he'll just trudge. He fights the slime and goop for 1 round. Ah! Must get boss involved. Snuggu, he's running away.
And I'm launching a piece of wood at him.
I mean, you're not gonna. This stuff isn't good loot anyway. You might as well just give it some other use. That's a hit. And that's a kill. Exactly.
Bonk.
I just shoot him with a piece of with a splinter,
Yes.
a big one.
Large splinter.
Combat is over. I'm gonna tally the experience points real fast. The frogs don't seem to do anything now. They just kind of sit there. So unless you want to beat them up, they're just gonna sit there.
Well, I've got nothing against frogs.
You still get the points for them though, because you know, you still overcame their challenge. As you did this
How many
first.
points did we get the first time?
200. I put a little extra helping on top for the people at home who are calling me a liar.
Nothing but lies.
So that's -2. That's okay. Thing is, if I did this ahead of time, this would be a lot easier. But I didn't. So this guy is a 1, so he's 15, 15, 30. Slurk is another 20. 15. That guy's not even worth anything, so weak. 15, 15. Okay. And the big boys are, I think, 30 each, so that's another 60. Another 60 and another 25. Another 180 on top, which plus your 200 puts you at a total of 385. That's 385.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
In order to get them out of the way, Hot Bath is going to try to command an animal.
The goblin in his dying throes apparently tells you the experience point fast. Don't forget that it does that when you still have a token selected.
He's so helpful.
Yeah. How
Snuggle,
nice.
Snuggle wants to see what's happening down here.
All right. Ah, you want to see what's happening down there, huh? What do you think's happening down there?
I don't know why, but I saw a huge hole, so I just want to go see what there is
That's
down there.
It's a huge stinky hole, yes.
Go away, toads.
However,
Get out.
Once you get to that point, you also see a figure dart in the darkness.
Nice, there's more of them here.
That wasn't a goblin.
He doesn't know that. He saw something
It was too big to be a goblin at the very least. Too tall, or maybe it's a tall
bigger
blin.
than Goblin.
Just like a swobold, it was a tall blin.
It's a hobgoblin. Get it?
No, a tall blin. Hobgoblins aren't born from trees; they're people, like you and me.
Oh yeah, right.
This is how you know elves aren't people. They're born from trees.
I investigate the hole. Not like that.
Anyway, the section you're currently in is just stuffed to the brim with all kinds of random garbage. The best way to describe it is they found literally everything and anything on in carts and stuff they ambushed or something, and they just took it with them, regardless of the actual value.
Sound.
Taking a closer examination of this large object, there is a marked stone.
A marked stone.
Yeah, there's a stone in the back of it that's marked, like a little carving on it. Since you're so small, it's at your eye height, so you see it immediately.
What does it say?
No, it's just a marking. It doesn't say anything. Just a symbol.
Oh. Well.
Is this the sort of thing that our patron wanted us to recover?
No, it's something else. This stone
Are
is
there
not
any-
a dwarven masterpiece, no.
Hot Bath will take it regardless.
He
If
grabs the stone that makes up this murky well, and while the stone itself doesn't seem to have any innate value, it's just a brick. Behind the stone is a small container, like a small chest that's been crammed into a hollow section of the well.
Look, I found something.
Gripping it firmly.
It's magical?
No, it's like a small lockbox you could store some items in.
He's sort of holding the marked stone up, the marked brick up in victory over his head as his other pair of hands reaches for the lockbox.
A quick examination of the lockbox's contents, if you so desire. Yes or no?
Yes.
Cool. I need to know that in case I give you something cursed or a mimic. The item seems to contain whoever, like, around you is junk, and in this is like stuff that's useful. First, there are 2 bottles which are labeled anti-ghost water. So that's nice. And then there's a pouch which contains about 180 silver pieces, as a quick estimate.
Healing it.
So
Anti-ghost water.
anyone
How
with
many silver pieces? Sorry?
180. In fact, I'll throw them into your loot sheet right now. Thank you for the spooks. I will add them to your sheet now. If anyone here has like magic training or anything, I can tell you what the water might be.
Me.
Cool.
I have arcane.
Cool.
Training.
In that case, a quick examination. You're pretty sure this is. I mean, there are a few ways to damage ghosts. One of them are these weird alchemist bombs they make, and then there's holy water, and this is holy water. It has that glimmer in it.
Ooh. Okay, guys, this is holy water. I'm not repeating after what somebody told me. Trust me.
All right, well, that sounds like something up your alley.
In fact,
Maybe.
I'm going to add it to your sheet. Holy water can be used in a variety of ways. You can throw it at a ghost, or you can smear it on a weapon. So if you ever come across a ghost, use the anti-ghost water.
Yes, anti-ghost water. Where did I put it on my sheet?
Oh, I put it on the loot sheet so you can just take it out of there. Just wait for me to change the label so that everyone knows that it's labeled anti-ghost water. But yes, I'm pretty sure there's a way to take things out of here into your inventory by clicking and dragging them.
I think personally, I'm gonna stay away from that,
What's
because-
happening here?
the holy water, because I have a weakness to good damage.
Besides
Suspicious.
that, Monastery, did you forget about the prisoners?
No, I was just making sure the area was clear.
Handsome.
Now, probably a good idea to head back and lead them to safety.
You discovered that your friends had used the short route as you walked all the way around.
Oh,
Snagu,
yeah.
ahead of you
No, there
is a
was a
chamber
short
filled
route.
to the brim with smoke, and it's just obstructed all heavens. The prisoners have moved out when it calmed down a bit, and they seem to have huddled around a relatively crude chest, from which they take what you can only assume are their possessions.
Yeah.
One of the items that they offer to you, because you've been such a great help, they offer you 2 minor healing potions. And they also, I mean, they don't know what to do with this. They offer you a dwarven clan dagger that apparently belonged to a previous prisoner, and they think you might be able to do more with this than they can.
Oh. Does it match the signature descriptions and stuff we have?
That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense because no, it's not that. That being said,
I figured.
judging by what Alton told you, you would definitely know if you found such a weapon, because apparently they're so well made that they're basically as good as magic weapons in some cases. Like you'd know.
Right.
You'd know.
What happened to the prisoner?
They fall silent for a moment. Not
Oh.
all goblins are fun mischievous, shall we say.
I think
And,
I'm seeing something I shouldn't see.
Oh.
Who saw
Yeah,
what?
there's a Forge of Fury changes sheet that is now up.
Cool. Congratulations, me.
I'm making an
Listen,
effort not
you
to
want to know
read
the
it.
fun part? You want to know the fucking fun part about this? You want to know the fucking fun part about this? This used to not. This is only the case for this, and I don't know why. Ugh, I can't take it back, can I? I can't take backsies.
I
Well, I'm
closed
not gonna
it.
read it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
closed it.
I think this
I
take
got-
backsies. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
when
in
you
roll
see
20,
behind the curtain,
in-
look.
can you see the copy?
I've closed the
Yeah.
thing now.
But yeah, in roll 20, it normally asks you, "Do you want to show this to people?" And they're just like, "No, just show it to people." And I hate it. It's happened to me once this time, and I already hate it.
What do you know of
Guys,
the
I
dragon?
found
They politely informed me that they didn't even know there was a dragon around here. I mean, outside of the part where people know there's a dragon around here that took this place over, they didn't see any, and it terrifies them that you're asking. Are you
Oh,
going to
okay.
Are you going to fight a dragon?
Hopefully not.
Well,
Hopefully not.
they start idly muttering like, I mean, I guess there's a lot of like loot. Like dragons have big hoards of money. They
Well,
Yeah, but they also have big claws and big fire breath that turn people into paste. So I'd rather not if I could avoid it.
but not Snogu. He's so
and
small.
Well, I mean, if you look like if like you were in good circumstances, you might be able to pull it off.
Oh, regardless, I'd rather not. Anyway, how about we get you guys out of here and off to the waiting cart. Should be safe back there.
Cool.
I think there was a flapping of wings in the chasm. Close the door. I don't think it's really maybe safe to go back out there for now.
We can always check.
Yeah,
Wait, did
I'll have a
Snuggle
look.
hear the flapping of wings earlier? He was
I
in the hallway.
No, it was really Hotbath was the only one who heard it. Like he got the
Oh.
the start of it.
Just kind of peek out the door.
Monastery takes a quick little peek, and it seems that there's no one around. No flapping of wings, no unsettling noises. But for the perception check, perhaps you'll learn more. And this is where I give you a fun secret check. Please set your roll to blind GM roll, so only I get to see the result.
Great. Okay.
First off, I need to set that right. Oh my goodness, that's just great. Why is that like that? You're pretty sure that off in the distance, you hear the flapping get quieter. And then you thought you heard like a big sploosh.
Sploosh.
Kaboom!
Sploosh. Kaboom!
From Wind Waker, like the like a game. Please.
Yeesh.
Well, the commoners can be
should-
safely escorted, you think? You
Yeah,
might
it
want to
should
carry
be
them over
okay.
the bridge. They don't look like they could manage that too well. They're not trained adventurers.
Yeah. I'll be careful and take our time.
Excellent. In that case, you can
Uh,
safely get them out without any hassle.
While they're being escorted out, Hot Bath will refocus.
Yeah, you guys can
And
do your business while I'm escorting them back.
Yes.
and Snogo is gonna put a scroll in his stuff. He didn't do it earlier.
I gotta quickly do this. Just wraps it around real fast. Well, you take 10 minutes to recover a bit. You can also treat some wounds if you want to. Don't forget that battle medicine and treat wounds are 2 separate cooldowns.
How do I
Oh.
treat wounds?
Yeah, I shall treat wounds on myself then with assurance. So that's
In case you think it's relevant to writing into your journal, the kobolds you saved are called Timbo and Karak. No, and Karakak.
How do I treat wounds?
The way to treat wounds is you must roll medicine versus DC 15, or you can go up to DC 20, volunteer, if you are expert at it. And then you heal them out of hit points depending on if you succeed or not and all that. If you critically fail, you do a little bit of damage, but that's about it.
you also need a healing kit.
Yeah. I assume one of you bought a healing kit.
I have one.
Cool.
I can
Yeah,
help if you are injured.
Monastery restores 2d8 to someone.
To myself.
If someone can help me, I need help.
Oh yes, of course. Schedule 1. Yeah.
I think Monastery can deliver far more reliable healing by just refocusing and slapping someone with lay on hands every time.
It's slash roll?
Yep. /R, actually.
Oh, it's slash R. Okay, it's different in this one.
Alright, I'm gonna chuck a healing potion.
Great.
That's 6 HP back for you, Snuggle.
Seasons
Oh.
change,
Oh.
time passes by.
Thank you.
Whoops.
Are you still
That's
hurt?
enough to give me. I'm okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm still pretty beat up.
All right.
Oh, there. Nice.
That's 35 hit points. I'm still pretty beat up.
I got all my health back.
I mean, you are close to half, so sure. It's fair enough to say that.
You get 9 hit points back.
9.
Thank you.
I wanted
Very
to ask you something about sorcerer's spellcasting.
Yes, what would you like to know?
I've gotten an impression that I can exchange a component for a different component. Does that work in a situation where I can't speak, so I can turn a
So-
verbal one into a material one?
So the way it works, let me double check this. I know that bards can turn things into verbal components whenever they want. So the way it works is if you substitute, you take on all traits and properties of the new components, not the old ones. The old ones are just gone. So if you have a spell that's only a verbal component, and you turn it into only a somatic component, then any restrictions on verbal components do not apply, because it doesn't have one. Don't worry. I didn't know the sorcerers could do substitutions, though.
It's the first thing they say in sorcerer's
Oh, no.
spellcasting.
Yeah. You don't have material components. You can usually replace with somatic components. Yeah. That's actually a good thing, because, fun fact, material components are the most annoying components. They require you to actually have a hand free. But yes. Essentially anything that requires a material component, you don't need a material component pouch or anything. You just wave your hands a bit more.
Ah, thank you. Thank you.
How do bards work? Key terms composition includes a verbal component. Of course it does, 'cause it's composition. Here we go. Because you're a bard, you usually play instruments requiring somatic material components. You don't need a spell component pouch or another hand free. Nice. That's how it works. Well, you take a bit of time.
So guys, I found a room that's open.
Yeah, it's a very smoky
Oh,
room.
sorry.
It takes half an hour for Hot Bath to medic everyone.
Okay, cool. So we're like 40, 50 minutes into the first run. Okay. If anyone here has crafting, they might
I
be
have
able to figure out what the room is about.
I have
Give me a
crafting.
Check if I do.
Fun fact, if you set a light source to a negative light value, it becomes darkness. It's neat. If you have crafting, then you can probably tell
I
that
have-
this is a forge.
Oh, guys, it's a forge.
Makes sense. Dwarves and all that.
Thing is, the dwarves here were rushed away a long while ago, and goblins don't look like the type to work metal.
But if there's
Hmm.
still smoke
Snogo
and stuff
peeks,
here,
peeks
it's
his
probably
head inside. What do I see? Except for smoke.
Smoke. Nah, I'm just
Or-
I gotta be that cheeky. Taking a quick glance around the place, you mostly see a whole bunch of smoke. There is a figure in this room who's like moving around a bit, but you're unsure what it is or what it's doing.
Snogo yells, "Friend or foe?"
Cool.
He
You
goes back
watch.
out. There's something in there.
Before you leave, you see the creature. Its skin color changes or something, but you can still tell it's there when you leave. Essentially, it botched a stealth check.
There's something in there, guys.
Something
Monsters.
friendly.
Should we take care of it?
I mean, it hasn't torn your face off, so better than. Uh, hmm.
Maybe it can guide us in here.
Reveal yourself. We mean you no harm.
You can roll me some.
I can still see you, whatever you are.
Whoever here thinks they're good at diplomancy can try to diplomancy them with a powerful spell of being nice. That's enough, actually, to convince the creature that you are not going to tear him a new butthole and tell him that his guts would look better on the outside. Very difficult not to make that mistake.
It was an accident, I swear.
The fine gentleman introduces himself as Keleth. And when he steps out of the shadows enough to reveal himself, he looks like a gaunt person. I mean, if someone were to ask you what does a drow look like, but without the elf components, this is close enough, I guess. His skin seems to be changing hue as long as you look at him, though. Like a chameleon that can't quite decide on what he is.
Can I try and identify
Could
what
be.
it is? It's nature.
Society check or nature would apply, I guess. I guess nature
Okay.
is wild. I think. You're looking at a skulk.
No, okay.
Skulks are. They're not quite citizens of the. I mean, some are. They don't have dark vision. They can't see in perfect darkness. But they are masters of hiding and camouflage. They usually live in caves or forests, areas where there's enough shadow for them to really get the most out of their abilities. They're stealth hunters. They're not the worst people, but, they don't live in society. They're not civilized, as one would say. They do their own thing, as it were. He claims that he is from the tunnels. And where are you from?
We're
The outside.
Yeah, from a variety of different places outside.
I mean, he probably knows what Karina is, so it's probably like, yeah, I know what you are, but... These
I'm
places.
from the deserts.
He would like to know what you're coming to do here, then, since apparently he'll notice the absence of goblins, as it were.
We're looking for dwarven stuff.
He takes a moment to think. What kind of dwarven stuff? Do you elaborate on that?
No, I just stick to dwarven stuff.
Well,
Weapons and just artifacts.
well, he hasn't been here much. From what he's able to tell, the goblins definitely took most of the stuff around here. They have a boss, he thinks. There's a big guy on a scorpion who seemed important. He probably has all the fun stuff that's around here. Otherwise, where he came from, where his tunnel leads into the network underneath, he saw some very fancy dwarven stuff. Like it was all glowing and whatnot. In a small tunnel passageway down below.
That'd probably be what we're looking for.
Can we
Yep.
get through there?
He stipulates that you probably can't sneak past a whole bunch of blood-seeking mosquitoes, which is what he had to maneuver
You know
past.
Do you know if there's any other way of getting through there?
Any other way? No. The only way down to where he came from is through the stairs, and the mosquitoes have their nest near there. He gets around them using camouflage. Unfortunately, he doesn't know of any techniques that you might be able to employ to get past them.
Would fire work?
Roll me some nature. Like, fire works on small bugs, but does it work on big bugs? With your expertise, even though that's not a great roll, I will tell you this. Smoke would probably still disorient them because of the exoskeleton breathing part. It wouldn't stop them or kill them, but it would definitely get you a better chance at them.
If we had enough smoke, we could maybe distract them somehow.
Well,
You know, they're bloodsuckers. They probably respond to heat very well.
Will smoke disoriented our bugs? The players?
Karina have adapted to. They're not
yeah,
affected by
I
fire as
think
much.
Oh,
we've got like full-on lungs and stuff going on.
full on.
Mandibles chitter.
Otherwise,
Mandibles
Karina couldn't
chitter.
make weapon stuff. Couldn't make metal. Can't make metal if you choke on the forge. Well, he's more than willing to guide you to where the weapon is, if, you know, you can make your way past those problem zones, as it were.
Well, it is what we've come here to do, so I guess that's our course of action.
Again, he does remind you that there is another big boy goblin who looks like he has fancy stuff, who might have something you're looking for. But other than that, he's going to start slinking his way across. I need to look something up real fast before I lead you into a door that's locked, as it were. Which is a fancy way of saying, I'm just double checking what conditions the doors are in. Ah, yes. Okay, yes. He's gonna give you a bit of a warning. You're going to go through a room that contains a few nasty goblins. So, are you ready to get into a potential fight? Because the guy he walked past seemed very frustrated, and he had skeletons.
Ready as I'll ever
That's
be.
okay.
Yeah.
He shows you
We're
to a
with you,
small...
friend.
He tries to guide you down a passage over here. And his fingers wrap around something. You're not sure because he does it in a quick motion and opens a door leading to a secret passage. He tells you that at the end of that is the office of the guy, and beyond that should be the stairs with the mosquitoes. He'll patiently wait here. He doesn't want to get too involved in that fight.
Yeah,
That's
good
not
call.
shady at all.
To put it bluntly, you're pretty sure that if you guys, like one of you guys, could probably beat this guy up with ease. So he's just gonna get in the way.
He's not a fighter. He's a sneaker.
I mean, technically, he is a fighter. It's just that you're bigger level than him. Your numbers are stronger. You're experienced enough to be able to like anticipate his simple techniques and all, and show him and give him the old womp him, stomp him, as it were. The bunch of you squeeze through this tight passage that is not neatly aligned to the grid, and make your way to Le Door. Lu'ali. On the other side, you hear a lot of complaining. One of the voices sounds bigger and taller than the others, and there's also this subtle clacking of bones.
Spooky.
Very spooky.
Can we peek through the doors?
You can roll me some stealth to see if you can successfully peek through the door without making too much noise or dragging too much attention to it. Handsome. You succeed at peeking through the door. In doing
my
so,
God.
you see that there is clearly a guy who is like the guard in the room who's just kind of here because he has to be. That's this guy. Then there's this guy who looks like a powerful mage. At least he has all the fetishes, and there's a desk with weird scrolls and curses on it. You can only interpret them as curses. They look nasty. And then there's this guy who looks very out of place. He's wearing clearly military-like civilized equipment. He's very tall compared to the rest of them. It looks kind of funny seeing one medium-sized creature next to several babies. Kind of the opposite of your party. But what's most telling is that he has a sword and a shield and a longbow, and all of it looks very nicely made. This guy is clearly on the up and up. He's got a breastplate. Ooh. He seems
Okay,
to be,
guys, there's a fight in front of us.
he seems to be
Sorry.
complaining about the fact that the goblins aren't doing their job at keeping people out. That said, he speaks a weird pidgin of common and goblin, so who knows what he's exactly... Unless you know goblin, in which case you...
I know Goblin.
In that case, you get the full brunt of the conversation, if you want the details. Which, again, mostly comes down to, you were supposed to keep people out while we were busy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
What do you see?
Tough guys.
Snogu says everything that the GM just
Yes.
told us.
Yeah, right. Good.
So I
Shall
was-
we give them a chance to surrender?
Or shall we destroy them with elements?
I think it's always a good idea to give people like the option of surrender.
And you go first.
Okay.
Okay. No need to. Okay, let me just double check and make sure that I can give you a combat assessment so that you know exactly how careful you should be, because I'm pretty sure that you can get a glance as to what you're dealing with. Which in Pathfinder 2 is mostly just adding up the experience points these guys are going to award. So I'm doing it ahead of time this time. Ain't that just glorious? Let's see.
Meow.
So that's that plus I think 2 of those. So that's it's going to be a pretty tough fight. It's like the previous few fights were kind of smooth rolling. This might be a tougher one because that guy looks like serious business. He's going to be the ace in the hole, as it were. So if you
Which
want to do
one?
this, be
The
careful.
mage or the
The hobgoblin, the guy in the back who has like the fancy breastplate and the properly made armor.
I mean,
armored
seeing
metal?
that there are skeletons there, I kind of have to intervene. It's kind of part of the rules.
Those are By the way, just so you know, they are goblin skeletons, but someone has clearly been adding a few extra bones to them for kicks.
They're
maybe?
undead, so I have to kill them. Alright, I'm gonna jump out of the
Well, I
hiding
guess you're killing
space and go, lay down your arms.
Well, the goblins are like intruders. The hobgoblin is a trained soldier, and immediately upon seeing you, the split second it takes for his brain to identify friend and foe, he draws his weapon in the same motion, initiating combat with him at a slight advantage. After all, he's a trained soldier, and he's also one thing that you haven't been dealing with so far, and that's someone higher level than you. So let me throw you all into the initiative, as you might just learn something. Or maybe you'll just kill him. I don't know what you guys are going to... Wait, excuse me. Whoop! Everyone, please click your buttons, roll your initiative. These guys are technically part of that guy's turn. Because they are minions. They only act when they are told to.
Goons.
Marvelous.
I did manage to a bit too early, but
Snogu and Tiri, you can technically roll your stealth if it's higher, since you are hiding out more than Athletics Boy running into the combat. I still
Nice.
need Snogu's initiative, so if you want to roll
I did
custom,
it before time. It's up there.
Yeah, you can click the die, but that will automatically roll perception, or I think it rolls... Let me actually check something out, Snogu. Let's just test this out.
No, I think he.
Ooh, does this add your... Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So here's something you all should know that I just learned. We all learned together. If you set your initiative to anything else, the little box, drop-down box next to it, it will use that when you click the initiative button on the combat tracker. That's so nice!
Yeah.
Snagu, you are the first to respond to the situation at hand.
Okay, I want to see something for a second. Give me a second.
Go ahead. In the
Is
meantime,
is the hobgoblin wearing a metal breastplate?
yes, it's distinctly not metal.
So, a heat metal would do stuff to him.
It's not quite as broken as 5th edition, where you could just fucking cook a man alive, but I think it's still pretty good, though. In 3.5, it's a weird spell. It takes a while to get going, and it doesn't do all that much. It's a really funky spell. Let's take a look-see. For one, I think it's just, yeah, for a moment. It's instantaneous. Cool. You can just show me the goods as you heat him up. He is a valid target if you want to.
No, I actually changed my mind. I'm gonna sudden bolt him.
Oh. Just a sudden bolt of lightning jams down this man's head.
Yeah, Snow hits his staff against the ground and a bolt appears as soon as I find it.
You're gonna teach this man a lesson. How many times do you have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Zip zap zoop.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Ooh, that is.
Spicy.
I hope that his plus 11 doesn't show you what's up. It does not. You get the full damage.
Oh my god.
That's so. Oh.
Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening.
The lightning bolt impacts him with full force, and his metal armor seems to only exacerbate its effects before he shucks himself loose and prepares himself.
I'm gonna throw up a shield because that's it.
It's a good idea. He gives you all the nasty look, which is to say that he's gonna just get in there. He tells these idiots to take care of this as he readies himself. You know what? He's actually going to stay back for a bit. He's going to analyze you, so to speak. But he's also going to tell the guy in front, Monastery... Monastery's not impressed by the intimidation attempt. He has his shield raised. He has his weapon out. and he's just watching you with great care. Cheery.
Uh, how do I get a cone up?
You click the measuring tape, and then I show you a cone. What kind of cone do you need?
50. It has.
Click and drag, please. Actually, this is not how Pathfinder handles cones. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of cones.
We're coning it
Yeah,
up.
they have to like
Cone
go from
City.
the side of a, but they have to go from a corner, don't they? Yeah. I think I'm
I
gonna.
think they can go from a corner.
Yeah, what do you need to know about the corner? Because cones tend to go around corners to some extent, yes.
Yeah, because I just want. Okay, I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna want to cast Burning Hands.
Ooh. Let's see. Oh, wait, no, that's a sphere, you dummy. This is what you're looking for. You can probably hit most of them except the veteran. The regular. If you move into position just right.
Yeah, I'm trying to pair with this.
Yeah, this is all...
Maybe make way. I
The-
need a
Yeah,
clear
Yeah,
shot.
I know, but you have to click and drag in the direction you want to use it immediately, out of the get-go. Like,
So that's
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that button's there. I don't know why it doesn't do anything, and it annoys me.
okay. But so yeah, it says only 15 feet cone.
You can double-click it, though, and change its angle and directions.
Fun with shapes.
Oh, no, that changes the shape. It's the direction I'm looking for. So, as I mentioned, what are you using? What spell are you using? Burning Hands? Okay, that's a
Burning
15-foot cone.
Hands.
Well, as I said, if you want a 15-foot cone, you can do it like this to hit most people. And if you want to list like that you'll still hit, you'll hit the skeleton and the guy.
Yeah, I can move a bit more forward because I only used like 5 feet of movement.
Cool. Roll me the damage. I'll roll the reflex on all these guys.
Yeah.
Skeletons, however, good at reflex saves. Not good at reflex saves. They are, however, resistant to fire. Oh, guys, these guys are actually a bit tougher than the average skeleton. I remember skeletons. Oh, no, wait, I'm thinking of the baby skeletons that have like 1 hit point. You just gotta hit them, and they fall over. This guy almost critically succeeds, so he takes... Let me just apply that. Skeleton takes full... No, he takes... Actually, I might as well just give him half, and then... Okay, I need to give you 5 back, and I need to give this guy 1 back. Because they are resistant to fire. They are skeletons. Don't burn quite as good. Not as much flesh to sear. This guy takes half. Well, I mean, he did a nice spread of damage. They're all, like, a little shaken from that. Oh, no! We've all been set slightly on fire. I mean, he really wants to rebuttal with that, with his own. But he needs to cast Inspire Courage. Okay, he's just gonna...
Haha.
He ducks behind the table, inspires his friend to greatness, and uses 1 action to tell his skeletons to... Get that man! Meh! And then they move forward in sync. Their hands outstretched as they are forced to try and grab you. One of them succeeds at grabbing you, but... Do you know what happens when you critically fail a grab check? It's funny. It's very funny. It means the other person can immediately grab them if you so desire. So if you...
Hug.
So it's a chain of grabs, really.
Sure, I'll grab it. I'll grab the other skeleton.
You're part of a skeleton whip now, although your skeleton is a bit more hidden than the rest. Hot bath.
Hot Bath can't see shit. It's gonna command bloody giblets forward. Forward.
Get out of my way.
And yeah, he's gonna tell him to support, and he's gonna. I mean, that skeleton in front of. All of these have cover, right? At this point.
Well, the one in front of Monastery doesn't. This guy doesn't have any real proper cover. This guy definitely has, like, at least minor cover from the walls and all being in the way.
Okay, so he's gonna cast Gravity Weapon first, and then he's going to.
Focus spells. Focus spells.
And then he's going to fire at the one in front of the skeleton in front of
I like this.
Monastery.
You're also going to learn something very quickly.
Yes, piercing damage on skeleton.
Yeah, you're trying to shoot a skeleton. Hey, if you hit, you hit. That's the point. Go ahead, show me the goods. The AC 16. That's a critical hit. I don't think he's gonna like that one. 13.
+4.
That gets doubled, by the way. So essentially, that is 17. Gets lower by 2. Yeah, you basically bring him down to 4 hit points. As your arrow, despite everything, basically shatters the skull. But skeletons don't need their heads. They're
Oh,
skeletons.
and hey, I get support. I get support damage from.
Show me the damage, because that does not get reduced, because it's part of the same big chunk. Ah, down to 3. Down to 3. You have 1 action left, if I'm correct. Oh, no, wait, no, you can't.
No, I commanded gravity weapon and shot. So that's me.
What does the commando think?
BRB.
I mean, he needs to guard his big boys. He's gonna step in, take out his horse chopper, and swing it at Tiri, whose armor class is reduced and takes damage as accordingly.
Ow.
He also has a +1 to that, so that's technically 12. No.
Okay.
Yeah, you used Inspire Courage, right? If you didn't, then it doesn't.
Yeah, he did.
See, that's
I can
the fun
use
option.
my reaction, reduce it by 5 at least.
You don't have a reaction because your turn didn't come up yet.
Oh yeah, I'm flat-footed, so it doesn't count.
No, you don't start flat-footed. It's more that you just don't have
Oh
your
yeah,
reaction yet.
yeah, same. Yeah,
Didn't have time to
you know
fully
what I
orient
meant.
yourself.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Skeletons.
Gonna smash that skelly.
Hits. And smashes. And as skeletons do, he just crumples onto the ground with quite some noise. His bones must be hollow to ring like that.
And then I'll step forward
I'll put this guy
and
aside.
raise my shield.
Give that goblin commander something to worry about. A shield. Snuggle. Snuggle. It's your turn again.
I'm here.
Snaggly, snaggle.
Snuggly's gonna arc some lightning at them.
Huck.
Electric arc them.
Who are you arcing?
Zip zap zoop.
I'm arcing at the skeleton dude.
And anyone else?
Who I can hit in the
Okay, we'll
in
go
the-
for the commando then.
from him.
Alright, they both take half of that, but that's half of still 4. Still slowly chipping away. Is he resistant to electricity? Yes, he actually takes no damage. He completely ignores your spell, as his bones are grounded. Haha, that's
Oh
bone meal.
no.
Haha, bone meal. The hobgoblin fellow, thinks these guys are a
I'm
bunch
gonna
of
drop
idiots.
shield again.
And he's gonna tell him how it is. He runs over, long sword out. He shield blocks along the way, and then just tries to get you in one fell swoop. Monastery. Clink. You can sense that wasn't his finest strike, but you can feel the force behind it.
Yeah, definitely. +14.
Significant.
Actually, that's a +15. Don't forget he's getting buffed by a friend.
Oh yeah. The noisy boy.
You managed to deflect his blow for now, though. Kink.
Okay, I'm going to sudden bolt the hobgoblin then.
Hey! He'll waggle his finger at you for being a meanie.
I think you're not grabbed anymore because it's the skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not grabbed. I'm grabbing the skeleton.
You can grab him and still cast your spell, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's holding up to a skeleton and throwing a spell out there.
Yeah, okay. Gonna sudden bolt the hobgoblin.
So as a quick thing.
Oh.
Well, before this
No,
was oh wow, you still get the full damage. You were getting good with these, man. You got him good twice.
And
a
I
quick-
have one more action.
Yes.
That I'm going to use guidance on monastery.
Monastery, your friend believes in you.
And now, yes, yeah.
Your grapple ends because you need to maintain it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The fine war chanter, the fine occult caster, notice is going to remind his friends to keep me alive. I don't want to die here. Ah! His skeleton follows command immediately and unleashes 2 quick swipes. However, Cheery, who releases the skeleton probably after turning him around, doesn't have to worry about that too much. He has one action left. What is he going to do with that? What can he do with it? Nothing good. I mean, he has good... Actually, the smart option would be to heal the big guy, wouldn't it? This guy's not smart, though. He does take a quick pot shot at Monastery, who is very much on guard, able to keep himself safe. Hot bath.
Hot bath. Can't actually see the hobgoblin, but he can see the war chanter, so he's going to hunt prey on that chanter.
He didn't take cover, so you can still... Yeah. I mean, he still has some cover, but not all of it. He could have all of it.
And then he is going to. Can the bear sort of move through people? Well, no, I guess he would have to tumble.
You would have to use acrobatics. Yes.
All right, no, he's not going to do that. He is going to. He's going to do a hunted shot. Wow.
Miss.
Oof.
I
Oh,
can't
you ignore
see.
You ignore the penalty for range increments. Your second range increment against. Oh, that's nice. Wow.
Snake eyes.
Yeah,
You severely underestimated how much that table occupies your field of vision.
I'm gonna move. Oh, I can't move there.
Yeah, it's very awkward due to the wall being very close to you. Excuse me.
All right, I'll move there anyway. That's my turn.
Monastery. You're pretty sure that Hobgoblin's gonna in a moment, gonna be behind you and taking you from behind, as it were, with a big swing.
Lewd. But my priority is the skeleton, because I must lay the undead to rest.
Sleep! Bonk.
Go to sleep!
The only thing
To
going to sleep is
sleep.
the audience. Even with guidance.
And then shield. Then
Even-
shield up, because...
Snagu. It's
Oh.
hard to hit a skeleton with a sword. Please have
Yeah.
patience.
Goes right through the ribs.
I'm gonna throw another.
Get quiet again.
Sorry.
Sudden bolt.
I'm gonna throw another sudden bolt at the hobgoblin.
Come on, Hobgoblin. I believe in you. You
He's
can
just
do
been
this.
lightning strike to death. This.
He'll take half of that. He's looking pretty bad, though. Like, he's down to a bit. A bit. He's holding on. But that's all he needs. You have one action, by the way. You want to use that for shield again?
Yes. Yeah, I moved a bit. No, I didn't move. Shield, yes.
He moves in
Did I
closer.
move? I moved.
He gives you a death... Actually, he gives most people that are currently near him a death glare. And then he goes... He has a shield up again, and then he takes a single strike. At Monastery. Monastery, not a critical, but still a vicious 9 damage. As he is courageously inspired.
Owie.
Ooh, you should be
Additional
glad.
one.
You should be glad it's just this guy. Imagine if there were 2 of him. Ooh. Tiri. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to use 2 actions to cast Heal on Monastery.
Ooh.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Did you know something funny about heal?
Oh yeah, I forgot I can.
It has a somatic component.
Oh,
Get clunked. Unfortunately, this man is a trained soldier, which means that he has access to the fighter technique of hitting people when they let their guard down. And he's ready to start bonking people. Because he doesn't know what spell you're casting. He just knows that you're casting a spell. He's like, okay, listen, I'm not getting lightning bolted again. Now,
3 times was enough.
the fun part is he has barely any... Oh my goodness, you are critted. Because he
Yeah,
has that
that
+1. Okay, so you take 18 damage. Oh no, Tiri! Going down!
How dare you hit my friend!
Oh, you get the Retributor Strike! Well, first off, Tiri does not go down.
Ah,
No.
Beans.
Tiri takes only 13 damage, staying alive. Monastery does still get the heal because the reaction goes before the action, so Monastery gets healed by whatever amount you give him. Since it's the 2-action version, I think it's...
so that's 8 plus 1d8.
Yes, if you're using the level 1 2-action version, so that's 9. Monastery. You also very quickly learn the dangerous part of fighters, which is standing close to them and trying to cast spells. The elite goblin.
I still have one more action.
How would you like to use it?
Something much I can do.
If you had your shield up, by the way, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage.
I don't have a shield.
Okay, just asking.
Yeah. Can't really do much. Oh well.
Marvelous. Well, well, sometimes you don't have anything to spend your actions on. You know, it's just life.
Yeah.
It's just life. Sometimes you got too few actions, sometimes too many. This guy's gonna inspire courage. He leans out and he throws out his own version of a healing spell, Soothe. He tells his hobgoblin buddy, keep going. Oh man. He's panicking as this guy is good, but let's be clear, it ain't looking sunny on his side of the field. He's probably gonna make a run for it next turn because the panic is getting to him.
All right. Well, there's a prime target right in front. No cover, no nothing. So Hotbath will instruct Giblets to support him as he opens up on this hobgoblin. Come on, Hotbath!
Oh wait, I completely forgot something. That heal spell doesn't go off because a critical attack of opportunity interrupts those.
Okay,
So-
so I don't.
I'm going to read the section so that we all know about this, because I need to remember this. If the attack is a critical hit and the trigger was a manipulate action, which is what somatic is, you disrupt that action. Excuse me. There is
So
so
does
much
that-
going on with this guy right now.
So does the heal? Do I still use a spell slot though?
You still use a spell slot, you just lose it. Like, he just slaps it out of your hands.
Okay.
Like a jerk.
All right. Second shot.
You can't help but notice that this guy's a real nasty customer.
Holy smokes.
His armor
Okay,
class
well-
is technically 26 since he has his shield up, but
Jesus. All right. Well, that's my turn.
this is what you get when a guy with proper combat training and a good set of equipment is set out to do some monastery. The skeleton is still bothering you. He's still mocking you.
Skeleton! Skeleton!
There's a scary armor man.
That was meant to be on the skeleton, but not
Scare-
the armor boy.
Behind you, you hear the scary armor man like whisper in your ear how the mistakes you're making with your swings. He's just mocking you.
Skeleton! I don't know how I targeted the hobgoblin when I didn't press the
Oh,
target.
well, if you were targeting the skeleton, its armor class is 16, which is like half of his, like 10 less than his. Hey, you hit him.
There we go.
The timid skeleton, who you do 0 damage.
Great. Skeleton!
Mama.
Man,
If the skeleton
You're
could talk,
killing
it would
me.
probably say skeleton right back. Snugu,
skeleton!
you might want to be non-adjacent to
I have
this
a
guy.
bunch of questions.
Yes.
I have a bunch of questions.
Yes.
So I want to use a scroll
Yes.
from the staff.
Yes. Well,
That's not of my school,
okay.
but I have the trick thing.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have to do this now, huh? Let's get to
I
it.
have this. I have this.
I know. You have scroll trickster. Let's take a look. See. You gain the trick item feat. I just need to know the DC. We can work it out from there. So what scroll are you using? What spell are you casting?
I want to use heal, but all 3 of my actions are.
Oh, you're going for the big one, huh? Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say the trick item is part of that because otherwise you can't do the fun stuff. Let's see. This is a divine occult spell. The relevant skills are you can use. I guess you can use nature or religion for the skill roll. I just need to know the DC.
I'm super trained in occult.
Yeah,
that
but
helps.
heal is not on occult's spell list. They have soothe.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, so what do I do?
I need to look up the DC, for which I just need to pick up my handy GM sheet, which tells me all the DCs for all the levels. Where is it? Here we
The
go.
handy dandy magic GM book.
Yeah, I've not listen. Once I figured out how much is on this GM screen, I'm just like, whoa, my questions answered at my convenience. So this is a first level heal, right?
Yeah.
It's never
And the
been
DC
easier.
is 15, good sir.
So I
Religion,
just roll.
yeah, religion versus DC 15, or nature if you prefer. It's up to you.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see what happens if you flunk the if you don't fool the scroll that you're really the guy you're pretending to be. Failure, you can't use it again this turn, but you can try again on subsequent turns. Okay, so nothing is wasted.
Yay. My action.
You still have 2 actions.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
If you want some
Okay.
reassurance, a fighter only has 1 reaction per turn unless they're like really high level, so he probably doesn't have the attention to spare if you decide to cast a spell next to him.
Okay, good to know. I'm gonna use the hydraulic push. No, I can use hydraulic push on him now.
That would be very awkward. He gets slammed into the wall. Go ahead.
Into the skeleton or something. I don't know.
Oh, you,
We'll see what happens.
Oh, you're gonna hydraulic push the skeleton. Now I have a
I
problem
wanna
with that.
push
That's
the hop.
Okay, you want to push the hobgoblin. Let's show me the goods then, Mr. Hobgoblin Pusher. Hydraulic push is an attack roll. Ooh. Unfortunately, he catches that with a shield. Range spell
Oh,
attack, his
never
armor
mind.
class is 26. Don't
Forget
forget that. This is a very good time to
Oh, then I'm
consider.
done.
This is a very good time to consider using things like intimidate and flanking to get those benefits. Ugh, gosh dang it! I hate that I keep clicking doors. The regular, though he is in a good position, doesn't. Okay, first and foremost, this guy went off initiative at some point. He needed to get back on there. There you go. Here, you have a new initiative. There you go. God dang it. I hate this door. I want to move him out of the way just so that he stops messing with the door. Oh, which one of you guys is the most threatening one? Well, you just cast a heal. You're basically almost down. He's just going to leave that for his buddy to clean up. Monastery, you are obsessed with that skeleton, so he's just going to let you do what you want. He's going to go for... He goes for hot bath. He's going to get cocky. You know? Oh, you're trying to shoot me in the back, huh? No honor among warriors. He has a shield up and goes for 1
I'm not a
strike.
warrior.
Well, you won't be once he's done with you. Haha, as you would say. Thierry, you've been
wow.
provided a breath of air.
Breath of air. Okay, sudden bolt.
On
I've got
him
one
again.
more.
Breath of air. The breath of air does smell like goblins, though.
These goblins just want to know
I've
what the
got
hell
one
you're-
more.
The goblins, not the... Oh, God, that's going to kill him if he fails.
Come on.
Nope.
Ah.
Nope. But he does take half, so that brings him down to 11 hit points. He is almost as back before he got healed, so the heal's undone. Also, the elite Honest Hobgoblin, please get healed. You are not damaged. Stop lying to yourself. Mental damage. He's shocked that his friend is hit. You've one
And
action.
one more action, and I'm going to use that to cast Elemental Toss on the
Beer.
War Chanter.
I will be right back.
Wait, what are you casting?
Elemental Toss.
Oh, cool. We're gonna have to wait a moment because my browser is freaking up and I can't see. Okay, can you show me the spell? Oh, there we go. Excuse me, I'm dumb. Element. Oh, this is something I really like, by the way. There are a bunch of cantrips that are just a fun little damage thing, but they're focused. Okay, cool. So the who?
So on the War Chant.
The War Chanter. Oh gosh, the War Chanter hovers behind cover. You miss, unfortunately, by not. You're a little too distracted by getting whacked so hard. This guy's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna finish him off. Nah. He rolls and tumbles across the floor, making a mess of things. But now is not the time to worry about the mess he's making. He doesn't have flanking on you. Actually, he does under my polite rules. Do we want to use my polite flanking rules or not? I think not, because you guys don't flank much. So, whoop. Oh, sorry, I mean... Whoop. Oh my goodness. He didn't believe in himself. And then he has to kind of get up from his awkward roll as he thinks he's being fancy.
Gotta believe.
He's back to back. The regular probably, if he saw that, would probably just cuss at him for being such an idiot. And not just going for a straight hit. This guy, he does have more, but he doesn't want to use it. He does want to inspire the courage first and foremost. Well. Since you want to throw things at him, Thierry, he's going to throw things at you! Boonk.
And I'm down.
That you are. Welcome to being dying. Your initiative will now change. To 12. Not 120. To 12. Good news. Good. Wait, where are you? Okay, you're under hot. We'll take care of that when we get to that. First and foremost, you are now dying 1. We'll get to your turn when we get to it. Not right now. Hot bath. You're standing in front of a man who wants to eat you. Alive.
Giblets, get him!
Get him in the ass.
And Giblets is going to attempt to trip
Ooh.
the
His reflex is lower than his armor class.
armored gentleman. Let's see if this works. Oh, come on,
The
Giblets.
Giblets falls prone.
Come on, Giblets.
Come on, Giblets.
It's a small bear.
Giblets will weakly attempt to swipe at him with his claw.
It's a -2 for being prone, but it's better than taking the attack of opportunity for getting up. The regular doesn't
Come
even
on,
notice
Giblets.
Giblets. Hot bath. You are looking at a man who stare. He's gonna intimidate you next turn. He wants to stare daggers into your soul.
Hot Bath is gonna roll himself up and attempt to tumble through the enemies onto the other end into the room.
DC is 21 because this guy's tough nuggets.
Yeah.
I wonder if I
well,
did his sheet wrong because DC 24 does feel high, but it isn't because saves are like that. No, you bump into him as he just stares you down, and he's gonna finish you here.
I have another action, so
You could try again.
it's tumble through.
It's not an action. It's not an attack, so no MAP. You roll straight through him. You may slip to wherever you want within a stride distance.
Later, nerd.
The first one was just to catch him off guard, really.
I think I can go up here.
Yeah, sure, go nuts.
That's about it. Because it's difficult terrain, so yeah.
They're all very annoying. Thierry, not yet. Monastery.
I'm going to heal Terry with lay on hands.
Okay, cool. Thierry's initiative will still say changed, though. That doesn't change.
So,
Thierry, you are healed. Your hit points are now 10. Your dying goes away. You are wounded 1. We'll take care of that if that becomes relevant, but for now you have 10 hit points and you're prone on the ground. But that's about it.
Okay.
and then skeleton.
Gosh darn you. The skeleton is a fucking master of dodging. What is his
It's
deal?
the greatest the world has ever seen.
It's all those arms, man. He gets you off guard.
I'm just fucking going in. Screw you, skeleton.
Takes 4 damage. Ow. Which puts him at 10 hit points. He's down half, baby. The goblin behind you is probably watching like, oh man, look at that skeleton go. Snuggu. I shouldn't tell you how to live your life, but you should not be adjacent to a fighter when you're spellcasting.
You should probably not
Okay.
be adjacent to a fighter at all.
Yeah.
Can I tumble through everyone?
Now, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but the fighter will definitely... You can move through your allies freely, yes. And I'm ignoring how the door physics work here. Just ignore that. Move on. So you can move anywhere you want where your allies are. But
Tumbling is probably your safest option.
you
If
will
you
get
have
attack of opportunity
acrobatics.
on your way out.
Yeah, any movement's gonna
Non-steps,
Get it.
to be specific.
bop you in the head.
As you leave, he's so angry at that everyone is leaving that he swings after you. Luckily, his base damage is not nearly as terrifying. Snuggle with 27 hit points takes 7 damage as he rolls out of there. You have 2 actions left. What do you do with
She
him?
just walks away. Oh my god. There we go. I'm gonna try to do the heal again, wasting my actions. So religion check, which is bad, so I'm just gonna stop.
You really should take like a proper college course about this.
Yes.
I really should. I cast shield on myself, and that's it. I did nothing.
Well, you got yourself out of a bind. The regular in the back. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna reach into his back pocket, and he's gonna just take a moment to take a sip of a healing potion he has. How much is this? Oh, it's a baby healing potion, so it's 1d8. But he would like that 1d8. He would very much appreciate getting an extra 1 hit point.
Dink.
He's like, I got the shit one. He throws it
sorry.
in frustration at like bloody giblets. Doesn't do any
Donk.
damage, but he does like throw the glass at him before he goes for his weapon again.
Does emotional damage.
Emotionally, he's very hurt.
Poor Giblets on the ground with broken glass. all
Several
over
people
him.
just roll past or over the hobgoblin, the goblin commando, who's like, whoa.
Oh yeah. Have you used my guidance yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I made several attack
Goblin
rolls.
commando
at
is
this
going to
point.
roll over here, and he goes for your backside. Mr. Monastery. That's a 1, and that's a big flunky. Terry, it's your turn.
Okay, an action to get up.
Yes.
Then do I have to right click, don't I? Yeah. And then what can I do? Not much.
That's all right.
I'm going to cast Electric Arc on the Hobgoblin.
Can I make a small recommendation, please?
Yeah.
I know that you guys are very fixated on this hobgoblin, but maybe you want to get rid of the skeleton that's keeping Monastery preoccupied.
Skeleton,
Or maybe get rid of the guy who's buffing everyone. I don't know. Just,
you will die again.
at the very least, take care of the skeleton, please, because I want Monastery to do something else.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that can
Well, you
work
can target it.
against
You can target 2 targets with electric arc, so you can't hit the goblin and the skeleton if you want.
True. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Show me the electric arc as I show you their saves. Skeleton, however, is a slippery bastard. And good news. Oh man, you're so. Oh no, wait, that's not his roll. That's not his roll.
Yep.
There you go. He does fail. He is down to 3 hit points. The hobgoblin. The skeleton on the other hand is like, nah. Oh wait, he takes nothing because he's resistant to electricity. I forgot that. How could I forget that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have anything.
Listen,
good
why does
against-
no one here have a blunt weapon?
I have a fist, but
Punch it.
Uh,
I have a fist and a sling, but that's
you know what? This guy, he thinks he's done here. He's in a panic. Despite inspiring courage to his allies, he runs over to the door and quickly throws it open after fiddling with the key for a bit. You start hearing a distant buzzing. Hot bath. One of them is running away in a panic as the situation is just getting a little too tense for him.
Should probably stop
Giblets!
that idiot.
Finish him off! Giblets gonna do 2 attacks.
Get him right in the cankle.
He's not gonna get up. He's gonna do
He's just gonna roll to the floor. into his-
jaws.
You did it!
Yes,
You-
Giblets, the hero.
Giblets.
You watch as the hobgoblin tries to throw his shield block in the way. But it only reduces damage by 5, and he has the hit points. So he goes down anyway.
Hero
Mighty,
bear.
mighty set of jaws.
All hail the bear. The bear.
The bear flailing on the ground gets him right where it hurts.
Victory!
He was just trying to get up.
Then Hotbath's gonna move here. Is he still in the doorway, the chanter?
Yeah, it takes him like an action to move over, action take the key out, action open the door. So
You're not getting away.
you've been far too much trouble in my book.
Oof. It says +2.
So -5. He'll feel that one in the morning.
Actually, sorry, I can do 100 shots per target.
Oh my goodness! Don't hunt and shot a man in the back of the head.
Plus, yeah.
+2. So that's man. He
No, +2 was only on the first one.
Okay, in that case, he gets 2 hit points back, but he's still like down at least half. Like he's looking bloodied and brute and tired and frightened and panicked and monastery.
Can
This
you guess what I'm going to do with my
skeleton.
turn?
maybe if you throw the goblin at him, you'll have more effect.
At this, skeleton.
That's a good blow. Almost a crit. That's 3 damage. Getting there slowly. Just need 7 more. Oh my god.
Can't you lay on hands him or something?
Yeah, but he already used
I've
this.
already used it.
Oh,
He has
okay.
only 1 focus point.
It's been 10 minutes getting it back, but you know,
Snagu.
combat.
I told you this was going to be a strap and fight.
Okay, I'm gonna acid splash the skeleton. Honestly, at this point.
don't please.
You are adjacent
we're
to the
kind of-
skeleton.
Oh no!
Kind of all around it.
Oh no! I thought it was just one space.
I
That
made
said-
that mistake
Ignore-
last time.
You're pretty sure skeletons aren't resistant to acid, so there's the benefit.
Ignore that. It was an electric arc. Trust me.
You're electric arcing. Presume the commando and the skeleton, the 2 people were like, The arc has to weave around Monastery for this to work, but hey. Hey, the skeleton actually takes full damage. How nice. And the poor man in back takes his first blow, actually. This commando, I don't think has been hit once. Skeleton, -5. Still destroyed. You got rid of him with 7 damage. Goodbye, Skeleman.
And I'm gonna put up a shield.
The commando. I mean, if there was a fighter here, if he was like pinned out with attack for 2, he would go for attack, but he's like, my boss! I'm supposed to protect you. He runs over and tries to sort of shield his boss, muscle in, and goes for hot bath with a swing and a swing.
Oof.
Oof, hot bath. You're about to pay the price for shooting this man in the back of the head twice.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Ow! Jesus.
The commando's fury. He's still standing.
Well, I'm definitely gonna use retributive strike
Oh gosh,
to
yes.
reduce that.
It
Where
is
the heck did
Tiri's
they-
turn. Hey Tiri, it's
So,
Go.
Okay.
so I get 5 back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna electric arc both of those. Please.
okay. Let's see what they have to say. Big ouchie and barely cares. Despite that, the fact that this guy is down to nothing and is already panicking, he'll do what I like to call the quick. He'll throw himself on the ground, at your mercy. Whee! Hot bath. How do you respond to the fact this man prostrates himself before you?
He is my target, but he's clearly surrendering, and besides, I just got murdered in the face by this commando. So, Giblets, assist me! Oh, actually, Giblets will spend an action getting up, and another action coming over. So that's not great. And then I'll move back a fair bit and try to shoot the commando.
The commando, who hasn't really had a chance to respond to this whole situation or process it all that well, suddenly gets shot. Ow! He might just pay the price. Oh no, he doesn't.
Nope, that's me.
Monastery. You want to hit something that isn't a skeleton?
Yeah.
Yeah!
I can actually participate in this combat instead of standing here swinging at nothing.
A skeleton is a lot of nothing, yes.
Gonna move over here. Step 1. Gonna grab the war chief. Wait, there it is. Oh, really?
You know what? He's gonna grab you. Oh, you're grabbing the war
Yeah.
chanter?
Yeah, the war chanter.
The war
card.
chanter isn't resisting, so you can grab him freely.
Okay.
You grab him. What do you do with this? Man, person.
Eh,
You have a hostage.
yeah, I'm just gonna hold him in one hand and attack the, like, other guy with my other attack.
Cool. He'll. Okay, that hits him, and oh, no, it doesn't hit him. It's actually just low enough.
Alright.
Point is though that I'm just gonna put this out here because initiative is weird. He's going to surrender now too because you have a hold of the guy he's supposed to protect. So he's willing to call this even if you want to. So unless one of you is vindictive enough to try and kill him now, or think that you know what, we don't need you to talk to too. Just tell me.
Listen, I'm a paladin. If they're going to surrender, I'm not gonna fight them.
I'm talking about Snuggu, whose turn it is. He gets to interject.
I don't want to be the bad guy, but I kind of want to kill him.
Well, they are goblins. Some people say that goblins don't actually die; they just get reborn at their tree later down the line, and they're not
True.
really
I'm
people.
gonna-
People. They're fey
I'm
spirits.
I'm gonna telekinetic projectile ahead of a dead skeleton onto him.
This guy caused my friend so much trouble.
And miss.
Well, unless anyone else wants to attack him, he too will prostrate himself and admit defeat. This is the point where I start counting up the points.
Beep, beep, beep. Points, points, points.
The big guy's worth a lot of points because he's a big guy. Also, he has cool stuff, which I think you're going to like. Because his sword was pretty cool looking.
I see Kellith coming up the rear there, just poking his head in.
He's a 2, and he's a 2, and 2 2s makes 30, 60. Plus 20, plus 60. Total of 140 experience points earned from this fight.
525.
Gosh darn it. Jackass. Kellith comes up, yes. Changed his name so I remember. He walks up and finds it quite impressive that you've taken care of this. He will lead you onward when you are ready, but you look a bit worn thin, shall we say, and maybe you want to ask some questions of these fine gentlemen you're dealing with. Also, someone might want to close the door, because in case you aren't able to look that far, there are some mosquitoes up ahead. We're zooming closer at the sound of flesh. Nice. Let's put this guy somewhere where you don't have to worry about that door. Awesome. Kellith will sit aside and let you take care of the stuff, since, The goblin you've captured, the commando feigns innocent. The other one is like still panicking and wiggling a bit until he calms down. At which point you can ask him questions.
I don't speak their tongue.
They are known to speak common, primarily so that they can trick people, but they speak common. Well, the goblin you're pretty big. A horseless head, man head. Horse man, manless horse, horseless man. Horseless head man. Less horse head man. What? Horse man. Oh, that just feels like a lame ending. I much prefer less horse head man as the ending. Anyway, do you want to ask this goblin any questions?
I lost my character sheet.
Oh no! How did that happen?
I can't open it from this side or from clicking on my token, and it's not minimized. I don't know where it is.
Oh no.
Well, that's a great question. I can't help you there. I have no idea what's going on. You might want to reopen the page. That's known to help with this. Nothing quite like the old classic. Just refresh the page. Well, as I mentioned, if you have any questions for these goblins, the ones that aren't dead, or you want to see what they have on them in terms of possessions, it's up to you.
I'm gonna see what the hobgoblin has.
The hobgoblin has, as I mentioned, he had a healing potion that's all shattered on the ground now. He has some arrows with him for his weapon. He has a breastplate, a steel shield. He has a long sword and a longbow. The longsword and the longbow have some runes carved into them. Magic runes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do you need to be
Fancy
trained in
longbow.
shields to use them?
Nope, there is no shield
No.
proficiency.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
take the
anyone
shield.
can use a shield.
It's a pretty nice looking shield.
Snogo.
Hmm?
Continue. I thought you were done.
No, I wasn't saying anything. Go ahead.
Snogo approaches the goblin then, and he's like, "We need dwarven stuff of great craftsmanship."
Let's take a look. Look, see.
So should I just add the shield to my inventory list then?
So he knows that his boss, the leader of the gang, as it were, found this really cool sword around here somewhere. Well, no, wait, it was an axe. Excuse me. So it was one of those dwarven war axes. He doesn't know how to use it quite yet, but it was really cool, and it had this cool magic to it, and it also had these cool symbols on it. So he was like, "I want that. That's mine now." Maybe that's what you're looking for. Like, if you show him the picture you have of the symbols, he'll definitely confirm that yes, his boss has one of those.
Right.
Oh, well, we know where one is.
How many more of you are there?
He doesn't know how many you've killed yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know all the people outside.
However, if you were to take a body count and tell him that information, well, there's like 8 more. None like that big guy though, like just guys like him. And no, their boss is massive scorpion.
Yeah,
Are there more of the big guys?
Well, there were a lot of these. Like he points at the hobgoblin. There were a lot of these. Like way a while ago, and they all wanted to go downstairs to go and give something to the dragon mistress. They said they had good gifts for her hoard, and they were going to make her an offer, and we were like, okay, cool. Peep.
Are they still down there?
I've not seen them leave. They probably would go past here if they were to leave. There are other exits, but most people don't know about them, and they're not as safe. He doesn't. He'll give you this because it's the nice thing to give you. He remembers that. Well, there was at least one more like that tough guy you just beat up, but a lot of them look more like recruits. They're like fresh faces that aren't quite as experienced. But there was this guy like a weird magic staff, and he cast weird magic from it. And there was this big tough guy who like gave orders, and everyone immediately fell in line. There were like six others, maybe probably 6 others. Yes. And they seemed to have I don't know, but they were strange. They had a whole thing with them. Can I go now?
What do you guys think?
I mean, we don't really have any other use for them. We can just leave them here.
Maybe someone could give them a good scare.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty scared already. We did just murder their friend.
Giblets. Give them a good scare.
Boom.
Rawr.
Giblets is too
Here.
baby. He needs a few more
He's
years.
too cute. Cute baby. I pat Giblets on the head. You did a good job, buddy.
I mean, to be fair, this guy's already so terrified he'd probably be scared of that. Also, to be fair, didn't bloody Giblets tear that goblin apart? So probably he's very scared of him.
Did.
Yeah,
Still
he
got-
ripped that like elite
back.
guy's leg off.
Well, I mean,
Hi.
it's probably more like he bit him in the leg and then pulled it out from under him, and he fell down and bonked his head on the ground. Considering how tough he is,
Mm.
you know, the movie kind of killing they can get away with in kids' movies.
I say we let him go.
Yeah, just leave him here.
We'll go. We're going to a nice bit of the forest, far away from troublemakers like you.
Give me the fetishes, though.
Yeah.
The war chanter leaves behind a collection of strange items.
I take them.
They aren't just strange items; they emanate magic. As a sorcerer, just holding these items fills you with a sense of ooh.
I take the
It's a
woo
technical
item.
term.
I want to see what wooiness is inside of this. Okie dokie. Can you roll me some Arcana?
It's like
You
the
can.
first
So
lesson.
when identifying generic magic items, you can use Arcana, Nature, Religion, and Occult, whichever one is highest. Specialized items you have to use whichever tradition they belong to. But Snagu, unfortunately, isn't
I have a
quite
plus
sure what
8.
he's looking at.
I'll roll
I studied occultism.
nature.
Meantime, Thierry gives
Theory, however.
Ding ding
Thierry
ding.
gives it a good look. So first and foremost, those sword runes are +1 runes. So that's a +1 longsword. That's nice, and a +1 longbow. That's nice too. The fact that this guy has that as like just loadout is concerning. But let's get to the facts. What these fetishes are, they are talismans, to be specific. They're wrapped up in like off-colored bits of string, like a mixed blended purple, like not perfect dye. They make up an owl bear claw, which is a talisman that can be affixed to a weapon, and if you use it, the weapon gains the critical specialization effect. So that's nice. Let's get a little extra in if you get a good critical hit. There's a potency crystal, which is wound up in string, which you can affix to a weapon, and if done so, you can activate it to make the weapon +1 striking. You must do it before the roll day, so if you're feeling lucky, or you want to spend a hero point, go for it. Finally, there's the Wolf Fang, which if you trip someone, you can add your strength modifier to the damage you deal to them when you trip them. Just a nice little trick. Those are the fetish made. One of them, however, upon closer examinations, is not a talisman. It is a spell scroll, but made in a very unconventional fashion. And that it's this crumpled up bit of paper that if you read it a very specific way, which is, because it's a goblin, it's very simple, just read it in a spiral. It's a spell. To be specific, it's a magic missile.
Ooh.
It's always handy to have.
Yes. So a scroll of magic missiles is yours.
But man, that longsword though.
Mhm.
Ooh. Saren Ray will be happy with this.
It's your kind of weapon, yes.
And your destruction of these foul undead. You were a little fixated there.
Listen, it's very important to me to take care of the undead.
Additionally,
Yes.
while you're taking a look around here, there are some other things in the room itself that suddenly caught your eye. You kind of understand why this guy was, that the fact this man was panicking was kind of a blessing in disguise, because next to the fire are these alchemical pots that he's been brewing up and a small potion of sorts. I'm gonna let Thierry carry it over. These are 3 bottles of moderate alchemist fire, which are bigger versions of the smaller ones, and the other one is a potion of healing. To be specific, it is a lesser healing potion. Lesser healing potion restores 2d8 plus 5. A moderate alchemist fire, I'm looking up right now so I can give you the details. There are 3 of those. I'll add them to your loot pile so that you don't have to worry about it. I'll take care of all of it for you, kids and kids.
Hotbath is gonna do battle medicine on himself because he's quite injured.
It's always time for battle medicine. Again, I'm adding some stuff to your loot pile, so if you're references, healing, show me the. That's the bestiary. I'm not
Who
putting an
else?
animal in your pockets.
Thierry, are you hurt? Thierry hurt?
Oh
Think so.
yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone is hurt.
So moderate alchemist fire is 2d8 fire damage, 2 persistent fire damage, 2 fire splash damage, and a 1d +1 item bonus to attack rolls, as if it's basically a +1 weapon. So those are pretty.
Snogu need battle medicine.
Yep.
By the way, battle
Thank you.
medicine can only be used once per day on a person, so.
Yeah,
keep that in
that's
mind.
the last one I used was regular medicine.
Okay, just
The
making
battle
sure.
medicine.
Regular medicine they're only mean to for an hour or two, so. All things to remember when you're a doctor. The kind of bandages you can slap on someone.
If we wait a little bit, I can maybe do some more.
Well, by this point, it's been an
medical
hour or
checks.
so, so I have to roll
Yeah.
something. Cool.
Yeah. In that meantime, I'm going to heal myself as well. Beans.
Cool.
Never mind.
Oh,
Cool.
beans. Owlbear Claw.
I think you can only
Longsword.
refocus once per day.
If you can refocus multiple times per day, actually. So technically speaking,
Okay.
as I said, you can just refocus, use lay on hands, refocus lay on hands, if you really wanted to.
Yeah. If we're doing this for an hour, then I can do that like 6 times.
The Pathfinder 2 is very much built around like stamina's as much as you make of it, you know. Here we go. A +1 longsword. It has a potency rune of +1.
All right.
This is a +1 composite longbow, which has a potency of rune of +1.
Healing
I need to go to the
2
toilet.
of
I'll
those
be
to
right back.
people who need it, and then
There's a potency crystal, and finally there is the wolf claw, wolf fang.
2 to myself.
So yes,
Brings me up
no money, but some nice loot either way. Now, let me just firmly grab you. Lay on hands is heightened for 1. It's heightened to 2nd level, so it's 12 hit points. It does not include a roll if you use it to heal. I don't know why this is set up this way, but just so you know, you always just hit someone for 12.
How do you...
Just add 12. Okay, what if you just type 12? No, it doesn't recognize that. That's just lame.
Yeah, I'm just checking the description of it to see if I can heighten it in the spell list.
You can always do this about 12 D1s. I'm hungry. Also, you're no longer on the ground. Boy, get off the ground. Marvelous. Well, you've gained quite a bit of
Save
experience
fireworks.
after all those fights.
Does that... No, that breaks everything. Okay.
What breaks everything? Yeah, the
Setting it
heightening
to
so
its
far isn't well
second
implemented.
level.
I don't know if they're ever going to do anything about that. Right now, the best option is to heighten things manually and create duplicates
Alright.
with a heightening marker.
Well, if we're at a sort of natural stopping point,
We've been
Maybe.
playing for 4 hours, so here we are. The natural stopping point. Good idea.
Yep.
You all take some time to patch yourselves up. Maybe next time, make a note for yourself somewhere that you probably should see the boss. Maybe you can negotiate something. Maybe we can give him something nice. Just gotta think
don't
about
know
what
if
a
we have
goblin would
something
want for a
nice.
cool axe. Or you could beat him up and take his stuff. You could always do that. Or maybe you could schmooze him with a date. I don't know. It's your goblin problem.
Goblin problem.
Just don't get hit by
Well,
that scorpion. Sounds dangerous.
I doubt he'll
Problem.
want to give up his battle axe too happily. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna head off. But thank you very much for the game,
Yeah, thanks for the game.
everyone,
Thanks for the game.
and I will catch y'all
Bye
next
bye,
week.
kids. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See you in a week.